on all diamond studs. Get what makes sense for you now, and you could always grow into a larger pair. You get 100% full trade-in.
100%? Gotta be a catch, right?
Nope. You get 100% of what you invested back, and we sell more diamond studs than any other single store in the country. So you can be confident we know what we're doing.
I think I just ran out of reasons to hate you.
Visit IHateStevensinger.com and check out my Anita Diamond Studs. Experts are always available to help you pick out the perfect pair.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1979. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1979. That's 800-777-1979. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
Every drive starts somewhere. For First Trust Bank, our drive started in Philadelphia and continues to this day. As Philly's hometown bank for more than 85 years, we know this city's people. We understand their passions, and we work our tails off to help them reach their goals every day. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank. First Trust Bank, the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. Member FDIC.
Where can you Black Friday even more for even less? Lowe's, actually. Save on a Craftsman 51-piece gunmetal chrome mechanics tool set. Was $94.98, now $49.98. Or a Craftsman 20-volt drill kit, now just $59. And get festive with a Holiday Living 7-foot Lewiston Pine pre-lit artificial tree, now only $99. Black Friday is now. Don't miss the deals at Lowe's. Home to any possibility. Offer valid to 11/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Take a break from cooking. At Whole Foods Market, hot 18-inch cheese pizzas are $10 each through November 29th, just for Prime members, while supplies last. Shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
Win a pair of tickets to Anthony Gargano's Feast of the Seven Fishes presented by Baroni Feeney Wine. Join the Fanatic crew at Joe Canals Lawrenceville Saturday, December 3rd from noon to 1 p.m. For details, visit the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com.
The Fanatic's Business of Sports is powered by Peco for Business.
What do Taylor Swift and pro sports teams have in common? Ticketmaster. And what does Ticketmaster have? A problem on their hands. With 3 state attorney generals looking into the sale of tickets for her tour, when is this going to spill over to pro sports? Because the secondary markets are creating a marketplace where nobody can afford to attend games. Businesses of all types and sizes are saving money with Peco because Peco's got the financial incentives and technical expertise to help you reduce your energy use and to save cash. See how Peco's helping businesses like yours take greater control of their energy costs to improve their bottom line. Simply complete a customer survey on Peco's digital portal and an energy profile. The report will be generated for you, and this profile is going to provide specific recommendation based on your facilities, equipment, and energy use with great ways to save while either maintaining or increasing productivity.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. It's time now for Cuz Radio.
What up, Cuz? Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding?
Talking with the Cuz.
Yo, Cuz, how you doing?
Stairs rips one into the night.
Stolen by the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Way rock the baby to sleep and slam dunk.
Look, Cuz, don't even try it, okay?
Now here's Anthony Gargano.
Why don't you get the hell out of here, Cuz?
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday to all across the Delaware Valley. And today's a big day. Because at 2 o'clock, Team USA tries to advance into the round of 16 against Iran. And this is going to be, I'm actually really looking forward to it. I was looking forward to Friday when Team USA played England. That was fun. But this one, I really am. I mean, because, look, this is it. This is the final of the group stage, and it's, win in advance, and you lose, and especially to Iran. I mean, let's face it. The political landscape here is makes for even more intrigue. So this is going to be an interesting, really interesting match today. We cannot wait. Now, it's funny. I was reading all about. I got caught up in it, so I started reading up about it, and strategically, and I don't want to listen. The coach, forgot more soccer than I know, right? So Eric Camille, who's on the morning show, those guys did such a great job this morning. That listen, the coach knows what he's doing. But I will say, from my research, because Iran only needs a draw to get in, that they could pack it in and try to play more defensive and deliberate. Almost try to, to try to get this thing as a tie, as a draw to try to get in, because USA has to win. Draw's no good. Draw, they're out. So they got to win. So then they're going to be on the attack. Should be interesting. Should be a fun. The World Cup is a great event. It really is, and I like it because of I'm a nut when it comes to sports early and sports during weird times, and so it's pretty cool. Like in the morning to have it. So I want to get into some nationalism today. I want to go and dive into some American pride today. And I want to dive into all things America today, right? All things that we are proud of. So there's going to be a theme today for that. There's going to be a whole theme for that sort of stuff. But we have that going on. We got the 10-1 Birds. And I want you to take a deep breath for a second. And I want you to reflect. And I think this is a good time to reflect on the Eagles. So 10-1. And to reflect the fact, it was funny, we were just talking to the guys this morning about they're 10-1, and right now they could have the third pick in the draft. It's just insane. I mean, that's amazing to me that they could sit there and have the third pick in the draft. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I love Will Anderson. All right, like I'm not trying to be cute, and I'm going to try to, like John brought up, hey, well, do you trade back and replenish the coffers and try to walk away with 3 or 4 picks? I want the talent. I want the player. I think Will Anderson is a star in the making. They need a young edge rusher. That's a foundation piece. I don't want to get caught in this trap, because sometimes you can get caught in this trap of, draft picks. Listen, we dealt like that with the Sixers, which we'll get to in a second. Let's get this pick and that pick and this pick. No, I want the star player. Will Anderson off the edge is going to be a great player. So I'm not being cute about it. In fact, if I'm drafting 5th or 6th and I got Will Anderson in my sights, I actually move up to get him. I'm that close. I'll do whatever I can. I think Will Anderson is that kind of difference maker that you really want to go after. And to be 10-1 and in position, I mean, that's unbelievable. Now, we could all thank Jalen and what Jalen's done and how he's improved his game for this very fact. This was the dream scenario. I mean, last year when we talked about, the quarterback situation, the dream scenario was that Jalen Hurts would become the quarterback. And I had my doubts. Can he throw it? Can he be a good enough thrower? I had major doubts. But this is why you gave him the year, right? This is why you didn't make any rash decisions, so that you said, listen, do whatever you can. We all knew that he would never cheat you when it come to work, when it would come to anything, right? that, smart, work hard, great at work ethic, all the intangibles. And those intangibles, and this is a great story. And it's a great lesson for, I tell my kids about Jalen Hurts. Because I think the lesson is that important. That here's a guy who, listen, you all can watch last year and you saw where he needed to go. And here's a guy that spent all off season working on his craft, working on his body, working on his arm, working on his understanding of the offense, studying, putting the work in physically and mentally to seize the opportunity. Howie said to them, listen, hey, the job's yours if you can keep it. We're going to have a pick, and he basically told you, we're going to have a pick, and next year there's supposed to be, now, some of these quarterbacks didn't pan out, but it was supposed to be the year of the quarterback. So it was like, look, Jalen, this is on you. If you want to secure the job, here it is. And, man, coming off that 17 carry, 163 yards and almost 100 yards total in the first quarter, and mixing in some good throws, right? The back shoulder throw to Quez and mixing all that in. That's impressive. That is just impressive. And the lesson about the work ethic and putting the work in both physically and mentally and studying and becoming a quarterback, second year in the system, I think is an important one. And it's a great one. It's a great lesson to celebrate. It's a good time to reflect on this season, celebrate what the Eagles have done. And that also includes the coaching. I was funny. I was with my guys this morning at WM Waste Management, and we were doing we did a little video this morning at 5 o'clock with all the drivers. All my guys, they're probably listening, so let me give a yo to all you guys driving out there.
We got a yo.
Yo. And you guys are fantastic. And we were talking a lot about the Eagles, and obviously that was the topic of discussion. And one of the things is just how good they've been, right? Like how well coached they are. We talk about Jalen all the time. But you know what? Sirianni, who thinks Sirianni is 10-1? Second year. He makes the playoffs his first year, and it follows up with a 10-1 start. I mean, come on. That's a feat. A major, major feat. So we'll get into that. We got Sixers to talk about because the big man was back last night, and Joel was tremendous. He was incredible. The beast. Man, when he's on the floor, it's just such a different vibe. I gotta tell you, I miss him when he's out. So we're going to be talking to Doc Rivers at 1 o'clock today. So we'll talk to Doc about what it's been like, and we'll dive into some Sixer basketball. Judas, good morning.
What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, good win for the Sixers yesterday. Exciting to the end, right? Embiid once again kind of puts the team on his back.
Yeah.
It's really nice that
because I thought it looked like they were going to lose the game.
Yeah, it did. But you come back, you're down big, you come back, you win the game. Embiid, it's nice to have a big man that can go 10 of 11 from the free throw line. That's part of the reason why you won that game, because he was able to ice it with free throws at the end. Unfortunately, he missed one of the last two. And they did have a shot, a half-court shot, the Hawks did, but they didn't make it. And so the Sixers got another win, and we keep on talking about how it is only November, right? And it's not like really people are paying attention. The league hasn't really necessarily started, but you need to start piling up wins at some point. And the Sixers weren't doing that to start the year. They were piling up losses. And now all of a sudden, the last couple of weeks, they've been getting some good wins with Embiid before he got hurt, then with all the backups when he goes down. They won a couple of games without him, and now that he's back, you win a game that I thought that you were going to lose. Like going into it, I was paying attention to it. The line actually jumped up in the Sixers' favor before the game started. I was like, that's weird. But look, I
guess that was the hate in Joe's playing.
Yeah, and all of a sudden it was a 2.5-point line, so Vegas is ridiculous because they win by 3. But it was a great win for the Sixers, another nice win to pile up those W's. So that's important. And it's good to see the big man, especially because a couple of weeks ago, you heard calls, you saw the tweets, you saw the Instagram posts. There was a worry of Embiid of, all right, is this never going to work out? And then since then, he's had the historic night where he puts up 26 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's the one thing I have to say. I know people say, well, the playoffs are a different story, and I don't think it's an Embiid problem.
No.
I don't think the Sixers have a Joe problem. I think they got to figure out what goes around Joe and what meshes around Joe. I mean, I don't think he's an issue. I really don't. I have a buddy of mine, good friend. I call him Coach Paisan because he's a terrific basketball coach, youth coach. He's great at it. He loves the game. He's really sharp. But I joke with him because he's all about, I get face the baskets and face the basket players. And I understand what he's saying, but that doesn't mean you can't win with Joel. Again, he should help you, not hinder you. And I'm a big believer of that. I still believe, let's see Harden's back. Let's see, how the rotation kind of rights itself. They're going to have to make some changes in the rotation, I think, clearly.
Yeah.
But let's see how it's tweaked and what they look like.
The eel is working, right? He's working the phones. The deadline will happen at some point, and who knows? There might be a new player on this team. Tobias has been already floated out there as a guy that could be on the move. I don't know who's going to be picking up his contract yet, but it's easier now that it's not 2.5 years. Remember, last year there was talks about Tobias Harris, but there was 2.5 years left on the deal. Now there's only 1.5. And so you get Tobias for the rest of the season and only one more year of that max contract. So who knows? It might be a little bit easier to move him if that's the route that they go. But good win for the Sixers yesterday. Very, very exciting, and exciting for the Eagles, as you mentioned, that they're 10-1. And you're right, it was the dream scenario. You have 2 first-round picks. If it doesn't work out with Hurts, you move on, and you use those 2 first-round picks for a veteran or to trade up in the draft. Fortunately, they didn't use those 2 first-round picks to get a guy like Russell Wilson. Aaron Rodgers was a name that we talked about. Derek Carr was a name that people talked about. Kyler Murray was a guy that people talked about. Thank God they didn't get any of those guys, because look at how all 4 of them are playing this year. It's not going well for Wilson, Carr, Murray, or Rodgers. And it's going great for Jalen Hurts. He's MVP candidate. And now you have those 2 first-round picks still to mess around with. And, I love the idea of Will Anderson. We were in awe of him last year, and we're upset that,
he took over the championship game.
And we were like, damn, it's another year until Will Anderson comes out. They're probably not going to be there in striking distance. And thank God the Saints are moronic and made that deal with the Eagles to start the season. And the Eagles have a top 10 pick, and it could be, I heard John say it, high as third overall if they lose out. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
this has worked out perfectly. I'm almost it's the we had the conversation of the Negadelphian last week. I'm almost waiting for that other shoe to drop. When is something bad gonna happen? Because it's Phil's got to the World Series, which is awesome. The Sixers are playing better again, and the Eagles are 10-1, and things are working out in their favor with the draft. This is amazing.
Yeah. You got to put that thought out of your mind.
I try to.
I mean, you got to suppress that.
I know.
Please don't bring that. Don't bring that around. That is one of the worst ways to go through life, waiting for something bad to happen.
I'm enjoying every second of it, so I'm not going to sit there and wait for something bad to happen. But I keep on going. Man, this is really going well. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to it. The Roaring 20s were dead 6 months ago. Now they're back, and they're alive.
In a big way.
This is awesome. I won in 9 championship appearances. We already got 2 with the Phillies and this Union.
Yes. Yeah. Just do me a favor. Push aside. Anytime you have a negative thought, push it aside.
Zap myself?
Yeah. All right? Right away, I know that people are going to be, here's the negative stuff. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is a huge loss.
Yeah, lacerated kidney.
It's a huge loss. Now, according to Tom Pelissero from the NFL Network, he's not supposed to miss the rest of the season. So you're going to get him back. Now, it's a nasty injury. I've never felt a lacerated kidney. So that's one I wouldn't be interested in doing.
No, you don't.
No,
you don't feel
of
that?
all the things, I'm out on that, Probably right before decapitation, the lacerated kidney. But all kidding aside, again, that's a big loss. And what my expectation is this: just get healthy for the playoff run.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a good 6 weeks, right? Like you're looking at the end of the season. You got to secure the bye. Hopefully that'll happen. And you secure the bye, and then you have time to really get healthy.
Yeah, he's not a guy you're rushing back.
No.
That kind of an injury.
No. And in fact, I'm not rushing any of my guys back. Jordan Davis, there's no need to rush anyone back.
You want Maddox healthy.
I'm 10-1. I mean, part of the spoils of being 10-1 is that there's no stress in missing the playoffs. They can clinch a playoff berth this week. So there's no stress in missing the playoffs. Obviously you want to secure home field throughout and make sure you win a division because the Cowboys are on your tail. But, you have to make sure everybody's healthy, and then you could go into the playoffs, feeling good, being at 100%.
Good thing the Eagles have their savior.
You've sunk my Blankenship.
He's still there. Reed.
You love playing that.
Oh, yeah, because of how awful it is. I will play it over and over again.
Listen, he
made a big plays.
It was a good. Remember, he was an undrafted free agent by Howie. That was a good move.
That's a next man up mentality.
Yes,
going back to the Dougie P days.
Now I will say, I mean, you gotta get Chauncey back.
Oh yeah,
he's a terrific player. He has made a difference. Did you hear N'Kobe Dean this morning?
I missed it. No, I did not hear it, but
he was great.
I heard them. When I was in the car, I heard John say how awesome it was, and then I heard you on during the crossover saying how awesome he was.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Really was. It was cool, man. N'Kobe Dean.
I can't wait for him to get,
I know.
unleashed.
It's funny. One of our guys called yesterday talking about it, and I feel the same way. Like I'm anxious to watch him play too, but I kind of understand. The nature of their scheme on defense, and I mean, who are you taking out?
Right, and that's why I went back to it yesterday. You can't just remove T.J. Edwards, who's been your signal caller all year.
Well, Kazir White has been terrific.
Right, so ceiling-wise, I would say Dean higher than T.J. Edwards, but right now the value of T.J. Edwards on the team is higher than N'Kobe Dean right now because he's been your signal caller all year. You're not going to mess around with that this late.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know, dude. I'm very excited by it. Very excited by the way this team is 10-1 and injuries aside. I think it's a good time to reflect on them.
Yeah.
And we have the Jalen piece and the Sirianni piece, and I'll still contend that we have had. It's been fascinating having done this job for a long time and having seen the ebb and flow of conversation. And who it surrounds. Like, I can give you chapter and verse on the polarizing figures in this town. That if you just said the name of the person, the phone lines would just spring to life. Iverson, Lindros, Andy Reid.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny. It's almost like another world ago. I see him on those commercials, right?
Drawing the mustaches.
Right, on the plane. And I shake my head because he's so entrenched as the coach of the Chiefs. It's like his tenure almost never happened. Like you see him, and he's a Chief.
Yeah, and ultimately he's had more success.
Well, he had a ton of success here.
Yeah, he's had, but he won the Super Bowl, so ultimately he's had more success.
I mean, I get it.
Also, 3 straight AFC Championship games.
I get it. I'm just saying, though. I mean, he had a lot of success.
Yeah, I'm not taking away from. I'm just saying. But he seems, like you said, now a Chiefs coach. Like when he goes into the hall.
It's funny because you don't have. Like I was here when he got here in '99, right? So you have no recollection of that. Like you only see him toward the latter days and his, he's got to go and. At the end, which was, unceremoniously a shame, I thought. It was the way it all happened. But I get it. Sometimes, everybody just needs a change, and, it worked out. But I think about Sirianni, and I go, we don't talk anywhere near.
No.
What, we talked, I could tell you these stories.
You know why?
Conversations.
Because he hasn't done anything to really bug people yet. Time management was Andy, right? That was one of the jumping off points. There's no time management issues with Sirianni. The biggest thing has been pandering T-shirts that people have complained about. That's now reaching for something.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the same time, during his tenure, you have Doc, you had Girardi, Flyers have been a mess.
Yeah.
So he's kind of, least of your worries right now.
Yeah.
And they're 10-1.
Yeah. Yeah, 10-1's an amazing feat. Just an amazing feat. All right, we got lots to get to. And USA. I want you to talk a little American pride. In fact, we should play all the great Americana songs in and out, getting ready for 2 o'clock.
All right.
It's Cuz Radio Tunas. We're just getting started. And look, I hate to say it, but there it is. Winter's coming. Do what I did. Be prepared with Aaron's, the king of snow. As a family-owned company that's been building extremely reliable products since 1933, that would be 90 years, I trust Aaron's to throw snow better and farther than any other snow throwers out there. We're talking about the Dan Marino of snow throwers. Aaron's is the #1 selling brand of two-stage snow throws worldwide. Aaron's snowblowers have a tradition of getting passed on from generation to generation, welcoming thousands into the Aaron's family each season. Aaron's Snow Throws offers all-day performance, world-class engineering, a lineup of machines to fit every need, including features like hand warmers, electric joystick, chute control, auto-turn steering. Get in before they're gone. Don't get stranded this winter without one. When they're gone, they're gone. Throw back with old man winter dishes out with Aaron's, the king of snow. Visit your local independent Aaron's dealer today.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Another win for the Sixers. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by CNC Heating and Air Conditioning. Family owned for 50 years. You'll see why homeowners trust CNC Heating and Cooling for their family's comfort. Visit cc-hvac.com. Sixers hosted the Atlanta Hawks yesterday, and they got another win, which is good. Joel Embiid, of course, comes back from his injury, and he had a good one. He made an impact. 30 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. He also went 10 of 11 from the free throw line, which pretty much iced the game for the Sixers. Tobias Harris, your second leading scorer, he finished with 24 and a double-double with 10 boards. Shake Milton finished with 21. So the Sixers now 12-9 on the season. Head coach Doc Rivers will be joining the show at 1 o'clock. Jeff McClain joins the Cuz coming up at 12:30. This update is also brought to you by Dash Inn. Try their new 2-pack breakfast sliders made with Jimmy Dean's sausage at your local Dash Inn. Limited time only. Visit dashin.com for participating locations. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Anthony Gargano Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Guys, 2022's been a roller coaster year, so spoil her this Christmas by giving her the next best thing to wearing nothing at all with soft, silky, naturally nude pajamas exclusively from Pajamagram. Sensuous and smooth, naturally nude pajamas feel just like her own bare skin, even more alluring than lingerie. The texture and touch of these pajamas is so seductive that you'll both love the feel of them. She'll love the feeling of wearing next to nothing at all, and you'll love the way they look. Best of all, Pajamagram does the wrapping for you with free gift packaging. Order today, and Pajamagram will also include a free matching naturally nude nightie with the purchase of naturally nude pajamas. That is free gift packaging and a free naturally nude nightie when you order today. Just go to Pajamagram.com. It's fast, easy, and delivery by Christmas is guaranteed. That's Pajamagram.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey, Sixer fans, it's Matt Cord for the BetParx app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers. The BetParx app is fun to use. Build around on what you want right from your phone. It's easy to sign up, great customer service, and faster to win than ever before. Download the BetParx app today. The BetParx app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers.
See website for terms and conditions. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
BetParx is all about football. The BetParx Sportsbook app hooks you up every weekend with special promos on college football Saturdays and pro football Sundays. Every Saturday, BetParx offers a special half the spread promo on one select college football game, and they cut the spread in half at the same odds. Every Sunday, BetParx presents the double the spread promo on one select pro football game and doubles the spread at the same odds. Check out details at the BetParx app, at BetParx on Twitter, or BetParx.com. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, it's John Kincaid for College Ave Student Loans. If you're high school seniors looking for scholarships this fall, College Ave is here for you. They're giving away $5,000 right now. Just go to collegeave.com/college before November 30th to enter to win. It's fast, it's easy, and could have a big impact on your college cost. College Ave wants to help you have a stress-free college experience. So don't miss out. $5,000 is available to you at collegeave.com/college. No purchase necessary to enter or win. See official rules for details.
Hellsberg Diamonds presents The Guy Who Was the MVP. Craig was proposing to his girlfriend and needed the perfect ring, so he asked her friends for some advice.
Get yourself to Hellsberg.
Yep, Craig went to Hellsberg Diamonds. He learned that Hellsberg's been in business for over 100 years. That means quality. And with their price match guarantee, he'd get a great deal and find the perfect ring.
Wow, it's perfect. Oh, yeah.
MVP. Most valuable proposer. Be like Craig. Find the ring of her dreams at a Hellsberg Diamonds near you or at Hellsberg.com.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get top brand laundry sets with the latest tech to tackle any mess you might face this holiday. Like automatic fabric and load size detection for spills of any size, from cookies and milk on your favorite holiday sweater to the toddler of the house discovering just how fun cranberry sauce can be. Make more magic this holiday season. Let your new appliances handle the mess. Final days to shop Black Friday savings and get up to 30% off, plus instantly save up to $750 on select LG laundry sets at the Home Depot. Ends November 30th. How doers get more done. Offer valid November 2nd through 30th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now because game day is so close you can almost taste it. Football watching. Better with Pepsi.
Win a pair of tickets to Anthony Gargano's Feast of the Seven Fishes presented by Baroni Fini Wine. Join the Fanatic crew at Cheers Wine and Spirits in Voorhees, Friday, December 2nd from 3 to 4 p.m. For details, visit the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com.
Hi guys, it's Andrew. Are you struggling with ED? Did you know that a major medical breakthrough is now available and it isn't a pill? Today, Tuesday, November 29th, we're running a one-day special you won't want to miss out on. Oak Hills Medical Clinic uses the most powerful form of wave therapy. This is a technology clinically shown to repair blood vessels and improve blood flow. It's backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge. If you're ready to regain that spark in the bedroom, today is your day. Call us now and you'll qualify for the assessment and ultrasound totally free. Also, you'll get a gift that can produce rapid results in the bedroom in minutes. You're gonna love that, guys, trust me. And today only, we're offering 5 tune-up treatments to our patients free. This is unprecedented, worth hundreds of dollars, but call today and qualify free. 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your love life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic now to qualify. This offer ends today. 215-302-9999.
More of The Anthony Gargano Show now.
On 97.5 The Fanatic.
10 o'clock hour brought to you by Window Nation. Take advantage of Window Nation's 50% off sale on all style windows. Plus, make no down payment with no payments and no interest for 12 full months. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
All right.
All right, 10:30 across the Delaware Valley. Cuz Radio with the tune is. So you have American pride or what? Like, you feeling it?
Yeah, USA, baby.
No, I sense you're like, eh.
I mean, I'll be watching today. I'm not like the biggest soccer guy. I love the World Cup. I think I love the World Cup more so the event than just just Team USA. Like, I love seeing cultural pride.
Yeah, I do too.
Teams,
but
right?
My point is like,
but like, look,
I do too.
I live here, damn it. So like, I want the USA to win and move on.
Yeah, I just think, honestly, like, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious because, listen, I'm not too proud to go, hey, you guys might know this better than I do, so give me a little insight into this thing. The only thing I can glean is that Iran could be real conservative. The coach is a conservative guy, and they could kind of turtle up and play for the draw.
Right.
So I don't know if that's, again, all it takes is for USA to win, just to break through. They're going to have chances. If they can just break through, that'll get them out of their shell because
so they need to be on the attack today, USA.
Yeah, I mean, listen, somebody will correct me. That's the, but I'm asking for it. Like, you tell me whether or not, what's the strategic element here? Because, I love sports. I like the strategy of sports.
Right. It's funny. So our man Sam from England, yesterday.
Speaking of which, he knows more than I do.
So I mentioned yesterday that people told me, because again, I'm not like you. I'm not the biggest soccer guy here, and I'm not really breaking down too many strategies. But what I heard from a couple of people after the tie with England that follow soccer, right? One of my good friends is a big soccer guy. He said that they outplayed England. Even though they tied, they outplayed England. And then Sam from England heard me say that on the air yesterday and actually got like pretty pissed off, it seemed. Not pissed off, but like passionate, right?
Really?
And he was like, come on, LOL. The sarcastic LOL, which I always hate. They didn't outplay us, blah, blah, blah. And then he got into a back and forth with one of our other listeners.
Really?
And it was like not heated, but
that's good pride right there. National pride. Yeah.
And they kind of went back and forth for multiple tweets, and I read through it because I enjoyed seeing both sides of view, right? The guy who's from England who thinks the USA did not outplay England, and then the guy from the USA who's a big soccer fan that's claiming that they did outplay England. And so I'm reading all this kind of stuff, and it's cool seeing both vantage points, right? And so today it kind of seems like Iran would be playing the USA role that USA played against England. Like you said, they're going to try to play for a draw because USA, couldn't lose to England.
I don't think now, again, don't correct if I'm wrong, but I don't think USA tried to play for a draw. I think they had
That's
a couple
what Sam
chances.
from England said. He was very adamant about it.
I don't know. Listen, I read otherwise. Maybe that's an American, slant. I read. Listen, I'm not looking to argue. I'll argue about, Joel Embiid or Eagles defense, but on that sense, I don't know. I just know that I've enjoyed it. I want to see them advance.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see them advance. Like, again, that would be a big loss if you can't beat Iran. I mean,
yeah,
really?
especially when going into it, everybody said the USA was pretty much a lock to get out of their group to start. And then, of course, when you tie with Wales, that changes everything.
Yeah.
Even with England in your group, when you tie with Wales, that changes the thought process on everything. Everybody thought that, even the people that talk about it for a living, soccer, they thought, all right, USA probably comes away with the second spot out of this group. And now all of a sudden you need a win or you go home. And that's exciting. Like a win or go home match is awesome.
Let's go, man. 2:00. USA. So I want to ask you, because we touched on this subject right before the World Cup, before the U.S. men's initial game, right before the first match. And I want to talk to you about it because we kind of, again, it got lost and we never really dove into it. But it's a good time to talk about it. When do you remember feeling very, nationalistic, very that national pride? That's not, again, because we're a country, a melting pot, right? Like, we all come from different places. We all have a different ethnicity, right? Sans the Native Americans. And we, my people come from Italy. Your people come from Lithuania. And we're here. When's the last time you were nationalistic?
Well, last time I have to think about that because it's not been great. If we're being honest with ourselves, it hasn't been all that fun here in the last 5 years on both sides of the spectrum, because that's what it pretty much is now at this point is two sides of the spectrum. And I like to live in my little middle. I know you do too.
Yeah.
You guys are both wackos on both
sides.
But I do remember I was a kid. Listen, I was very young, but the aftermath of 9/11, right? I was 8 years old when that happened, and kind of, I didn't watch the news when I was a kid, but it was on all the time, and seeing everybody kind of band together afterward. Now, you could speak on that way more than I can because I was 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old when, as those years went on, but just kind of seeing the country come together. I remember I was at the Phillies game, Phillies-Mets, when the announcement was made that they got Bin Laden, and I remember, the Phillies and Mets fans arm in arm, chanting USA, USA.
Yeah, I remember.
Which,
it was incredible.
That was really cool to have been able to experience, be there and experience that with fellow Americans. It didn't matter what jersey they were wearing. I'm trying to think exactly.
Well, if we narrow it down to sports, right? Team USA events.
I remember TJ Oshie, hockey.
Yeah.
Remember, he took over.
Yeah, he did.
And that's when they lost to Canada. I believe Canada won the Olympics that year. I think they won
the Canada Cup?
No, I think it was the actual Olympics. I think Canada won gold and USA won maybe silver or bronze. But TJ Oshie, I remember, took over. He became an American icon.
Did you ever watch Miracle?
Yes.
Which is a great movie. In fact, a buddy of mine worked on it. Tim Chambers. It's a great movie. And it's one of the most iconic. And again, it was wild, right? Because, the Russia game was the semifinals. That wasn't even the gold medal game.
Right.
And, I'm 10 years old? It's right in the sweet spot, right? And it was the most amazing thing in the world. Because they were all professionals and they were all like these robots. And I'll give you another one off of the Miracle is when the Russians came to Philadelphia. You heard that story.
Yeah.
The Russia team, that Soviet team.
And the Flyers.
Right. They come and, they do this barnstorming thing throughout the NHL. In fact, somebody's got to remember this. So they do this barnstorming, they're playing all the NHL teams, and their best shot, the NHL's best shot to beat them was Montreal, because Montreal was the best team, and they got smoked.
Yeah.
And then, it was wild that Flyers just beat them up.
And everyone hated the Flyers outside of Philly, right?
Right, and then everybody loved the Flyers.
Right, of course.
It was the greatest, because, the Flyers come to the NHL rescue. It was amazing. And then they walked off the ice because the Flyers were too physical. Could you imagine?
Yeah, and Ed Snyder had to make them go back out there or they weren't going to get paid.
Right. And could you imagine this, right? Just imagine
your squad.
This town, right? This city. It's one of the great stories that's never been really told. I mean, it's been told here and there, but it's such a great story because of our physical nature, right? That we in this town, the hard scrabble kind of thing, this town that we, how we are, that we are basically the stand up for North America.
Right.
Right? Like,
the birthplace of our country, damn it.
Exactly. And it was in Philadelphia, we're from Philadelphia, we fight. Not to quote Jim Kelly.
I wish
but
somebody else said that line, damn
it's
it.
one of the greatest.
God.
It's one of the greatest lines ever. Uttered by a guy who was so un-Philadelphia-like.
Yeah,
right? Like,
creep.
There's
you, creepo.
There's nothing Philadelphia about him. And his personality, nothing about it. Anyway, that they come on and they just beat the daylights out of him. And, they beat him on the scoreboard. It wasn't just, they just wanted nothing to do with the Flyers checking.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was really cool.
Look, I still love, as a baseball guy, the World Baseball Classic. I think that's a lot of fun, and I love that they put together a super team for this year. Now, unfortunately, Bryce isn't going to be playing in it because of his injury, but they got a nice squad, so I'll be repping USA in the World Baseball Classic this offseason. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I do too. I like, but, that's not. It's if you think about the list of Team USA sporting events.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The reason
I don't think that makes the top 10.
The reason why I say it now is because the Olympics brought back baseball, but it happens during the season, and so you have. Remember, Luke Williams was supposed to be on Team USA, but he got called up by the Phillies, and it was like, oh man, that's a big shot for Team USA. Like, really, Luke Williams? Like,
yeah, well, that's why it's,
Whereas the World Baseball Classic, I'm excited because you have legit, like, you have the All-Star team out there, which is awesome. But I get that it doesn't reach NBA, Olympic basketball, Team USA.
I mean, there was that first dream team.
Yes. Because
what preceded it was the amazing story, right? The fact that we never used pros. That we always were amateurs, right? It was always college kids.
Right.
And we were tired of losing. And then they just go in and they just clean the doors and everybody.
Everyone, yeah.
Like, that was awesome. Like, I remember feeling the American pride.
Yeah.
Like, wow, like, take that, motherfathers.
From that same year, there's a documentary about it called The Other Dream Team, which is the Team Lithuania.
Right.
Which was the first year out of Soviet Union control. And they played. Remember, that's when they wore the tie-dye shirts. The Grateful Dead, funded them the shirts because they didn't have money.
Right.
They just escaped from the Soviet Union, so they didn't have any money to actually play in the Olympics. So the Grateful Dead, come together and raise a bunch of money for Team Lithuania. And USA beat them by 50 points in a game, right? And one of the players actually went to the locker room and grabbed his camcorder.
Wow,
and
really?
Sat on the baseline and started videotaping for his own personal collection of Team USA dunking all over him. I mean, that's how dominant they were, that a player that was on the team for Team Lithuania went back to the clubhouse, went back to the locker room to grab his recorder to start taking video.
I mean, that's
of it.
cool. I mean, that's, that's outrageous when you think about it. Right? How great is that? But, it's nuts is that you go back to 88 and, they lose, That was the Danny Manning year. John Thompson was the head coach. Look at this. That's incredible. Look at the names on the 1988 Team USA. You ready? Willie Anderson, Stacey Augman, Hersey Hawkins, Dan Marley, Danny Manning, Mitch Richmond, David Robinson, Charles Smith. I remember he went to Pittsburgh. And, that was a big deal. Right? Because they lose.
Yeah.
And we're like, what? Like, that can't happen. We got to own basketball. That's nuts. It's an incredible thing. That's why at 2:00, this thing's a big deal.
Yeah. Fired up for it. My buddy Matt just texted me. He said he remembered watching Oshie's shootout in a Denny's parking lot in Nevada. It was 5:30 in the morning. He was in a band, they toured, and so they were in their van watching Team USA and
That's
hockey.
fantastic.
5:30 in the morning out
that's
west.
Strong. That's a strong move.
And he said there was a lot of elderly people going in for the early bird special at 5:30 in the morning, and they were looking at these kids like, what are these dudes doing?
That's fantastic. I love it. That's great. That really is. That's great. I want you to think about this stuff because the one thing that came up last week when we started this thing, and we never really finished it, but the Michael Phelps was an awesome. I remember being really, feeling American pride and loving Michael Phelps, and
get your Michael Phelps on, man.
Did you find it?
I know it's out there somewhere.
You got to find it
in the vault.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
So
obviously, before everything happened, Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
That was America Pride. Now,
that's a shame.
Stuff came out after that.
That's a shame, dude. Like, that's one of the worst stories. Like, the biggest drag that here was this bastion of, I do things the right way. And he's supposed to be the bastion of goodness. And it turns out he was just,
bit of a creep.
Yeah. And he was a fugazi.
Yeah.
Like that, no good. Anyway, let's chronicle that. I want to come up with the GOAT 10. The 10 USA moments. All right?
All right.
So let's think about that. Let's get it off on the phones. Let's go to Chris. You get it started. Chris, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, buddy, how are you, sir?
Yo, Chris. What's up, brother?
Man,
how you been, man?
Living the dream. So I was listening, guys. You totally did my thunder, but I'm going to repeat it anyway because I was 12 years old in 1992 and watching the Dream Team come out. Like, that was, to me, as a little kid, that was the All-Star game every single night.
Yes.
That was everything. And then, how could you not be patriotic? Because I know everyone did the whole other professional. I'm 12 years old. I didn't care.
Right.
I wanted to watch exactly what happened. I wanted to watch that Lithuania game where you had guys coming out and just dunking every single play. And that, as a 12-year-old, gave me that nationalistic pride because it was like, look at America beating the living S out of everyone.
Right, especially when it came to, it was everybody else's pros against our amateurs. And I remember this. It's funny, like, when you think about when you were a kid and you're not worldly enough and you go, because I kept thinking the same thing, like, how come we get penalized and have to play with our amateurs when our pro guys would go over there and be a wrecking ball?
And I really think that itself was the impetus behind making the NBA truly a global sport. Because leading up to that, you had people in other countries that knew about the NBA, but after that, Olympics, everybody got on board. So you had people like Iverson who could show up in China and hundreds of thousands of people would go run into the square. So, I really think, that itself was more than just about patriotism. I think it was about, the dominance of a sport that we all love to watch. I want to squeeze this in here. Going to sound like one of those big whiny liberal progressives, but for today's game, considering who we're playing, I don't care what the United States does as long as we recognize the fact that there's a lot of terrible things going on in the world, especially in Iran. So
yes.
I wish all those people
that political landscape's real. I mean, listen, the stuff that happens in that country, it's terrible.
Yeah, and
the inequity is awful.
And think about what we're talking about. Some of the best experiences are when the United States rises up, right? When we beat the bad guy. And right now, I just want to see people being taken care of. And I hope, again, the United States men's team does it the right way because as far as I'm concerned, we're just looking at another version of the Russia that I grew up with as a kid in the 80s. So I think it's time to I'm going to dust off my patriotism for the day. That's the kind of guy I'm going to be for today. But I still hope it works out for the individuals in that country. And brother, you take care. And if I don't talk to you, you enjoy your holiday.
Merry Christmas to you too, buddy.
Care,
thanks, Chris. Good stuff, buddy. All right, 610-632-0975. So we're having this conversation, as you can, as I love this stuff, kind of chop it up with you guys. Our soccer experts, feel free to chime in and give us a thumbnail of the match today. We have the vault coming up in about 20 minutes.
Nice melting pot. You used that term earlier. Speaking about our country, but a nice melting pot of the vault today.
Love it. Love the melting vault. The melting pot vault. Then we got Jeff McClain, 12:30 today, excuse me. And we got Doc Rivers at 1. Talk a little Sixer basketball. 610-632-0975. Cuz ready with the tune. It's right here, 97.5 The Fanatic. And look, today when we look at Team USA, they're plus 100 for the win. So it's like even money to win the match. And you could bet it on the Bet Parks app. They got it right there, the Bet Parks app. In fact, we love it because our Friday haunt is the Parks Racing Sportsbook inside Chickies and Pete's in Malvern. It's awesome where you could bet the games and then go you watch them and eat crab fries. Or you can go right to the Bet Parks app where it's right there on your phone. Boom. And you could take yellow cards, shots. I mean, you name it. You could play same game parlays right there. They got everything. Every game becomes an event with the Bet Parks app. New customers, in fact, when you use the code FANATIC, can get up to $750 in sportsbook credit if your first bet is not a winner. BetParks.com has all the details. You got to be in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. You got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fanatic Sports Update.
A good night for the Sixers. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Spring Garden Lending, real estate developer. Spring Garden Lending specializes in bridge and permanent loans to acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance investment properties. Spring Garden Lending, faster than a bank, less expensive than hard money lenders. Sixers hosted the Atlanta Hawks yesterday, and the big man Joel Embiid made his return after missing a couple of games with an ankle injury. He led the way, 30 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists en route to the Sixers' 104-101 win. Tobias Harris finished with a double-double, 24 and 10. Shake Milton in the starting lineup. He finished with 21. Sixers now 12 and 9 on the season. Doc Rivers, the head coach of that squad, will join the Cuz coming up at 1 o'clock. Before that, Jeff McClain at 12:30 to talk about the 10 and 1 Eagles. This update is also brought to you by the Empire State Building. Find out why the reimagined Empire State Building Observatory was voted America's #1 attraction by travelers on TripAdvisor. Get your tickets at empirestatebuilding.com/radio. Open daily. Reservations required. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Anthony Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Honey, I did it.
You did what?
I switched us to T-Mobile.
Really?
Did you see those rate hikes from AT&T and Verizon this year? With T-Mobile's Price Lock Guarantee, they won't raise our rates for talk, text, and data ever.
T-Mobile won't raise the rate? Ever? Ever? Ever?
Happy New Year!
Is our T-Mobile rate the same?
Yeah!
Nice.
Happy Valentine's Day, sweetie.
You too. Say, is our T-Mobile rate still the same?
It is. Happy 4th of July!
Same T-Mobile rate?
Yes, it is. Happy Labor Day.
Still the same?
Yes! It's still the same rate.
This holiday, make the switch from Verizon and AT&T to T-Mobile. With T-Mobile's Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise the rate of your talk, text, and data ever. And you'll avoid those random rate hikes. Get even more at T-Mobile.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Price Lock guarantees rate plan price of current on-network service for eligible lines on new accounts. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes or overweight or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1979. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you'll find top brand kitchen appliances with innovative features that can do more, so your holidays can be more. Ovens with built-in air fryers for baking the perfect cookies. Dishwashers with smart tech to clean everything from bakeware to festive mugs. And high-capacity refrigerators to keep leftovers fresh. Final days to shop Black Friday savings and get up to 30% off, plus instantly save up to $750 on select GE kitchen packages at the Home Depot. Ends November 30th. How doers get more done. Offer valid November 2nd through November 30th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Go passionately. Go fearlessly. Go confidently.
Go Birds!
Go confidently towards your goals with First Trust, Philly's hometown bank for nearly 90 years, and the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're focused on getting you over the goal line. So go with conviction, go with trust,
Go Birds!
and go forward with us by your side. First Trust Bank, the official bank of Philadelphia Dreams. Oh, and go Birds.
Where can you Black Friday even more for even less? Lowe's, actually. Save on a Craftsman 51-piece gunmetal chrome mechanics tool set. Was $94.98, now $49.98. Or a Craftsman 20-volt drill kit, now just $59. And get festive with a holiday living 7-foot Lewiston pine pre-lit artificial tree, now only $99. Black Friday is now. Don't miss the deals at Lowe's. Home to any possibility. Offer valid to 11/30. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Every driver needs a car, and this is the month to get yours. Gateway Kia connects you with the hottest new Kia models. The best selection, all ready for immediate delivery. Gateway Kia has new Kia Souls below MSRP. Or choose a Telluride, Sorento, or Forte. And find the best price on a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. At Gateway Kia in Warrington, Quakertown, or online at shopgatewaykia.com. Hope to see you at Gateway Kia.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and discreet shipping if prescribed. You'll love your results. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
This football season, you can turn game days into paydays when you visit FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. With more than 20 TVs, you'll never miss a play. And with over 30 betting kiosks, it's easy to get in on the action with America's #1 sportsbook. Plus, enjoy exclusive events and promotions. Visit FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Open 7 days a week. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Deep in the bowels of your building's basement, the wastewater pump system handles everything that comes from the bowels of your building's workers. Who can you trust to make sure that wastewater flows from your building to the city's water treatment facility? Pumpman Philly, the experts in wastewater system troubleshooting, emergency repairs, maintenance, and replacement. When your pumps go down, don't crap your pants. Call Pumpman Philly at 833-559-PUMP. 833-559-PUMP. PumpmanPhilly.com.
Hi guys, it's Andrew. Are you struggling with ED? Did you know that a major medical breakthrough is now available and it isn't a pill? Today, Tuesday, November 29th, we're running a one-day special you won't want to miss out on. Oak Hills Medical Clinic uses the most powerful form of wave therapy. This is a technology clinically shown to repair blood vessels and improve blood flow. It's backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge. If you're ready to regain that spark in the bedroom, today is your day. Call us now and you'll qualify for the assessment and ultrasound totally free. Also, you'll get a gift that can produce rapid results in the bedroom in minutes. You're gonna love that, guys, trust me. And today only, we're offering 5 tune-up treatments to our patients free. This is unprecedented, worth hundreds of dollars, but call today and qualify free. 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your love life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic now to qualify. This offer ends today. 215-302-9999.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
All right. right, it's 11 a.m. across the Delaware Valley. Russ just walked by.
He's
One
always
of our,
he always
one
makes
of our
you smile.
fine engineers.
He always makes you smile. I don't think he tries to, but he does.
No, he does. He's great.
He actually wants to zap the happiness out of you.
Yes, he does. He's the devil. Not really, but you know, we talk. We joke about.
Oh, dude! By the way, because I was about to say he's a mean one, Mr.
Yeah.
Grinch. Did you see the trailer of a new spinoff of the Grinch?
No.
Called The Mean One.
Really?
So TV Todd was on a few weeks ago. He's on with us every Friday. But remember a few weeks ago we talked about the clown where the movie was so violent that people were leaving?
Yes.
So the same creators and the same actor who plays this evil clown is playing the Grinch, but it's going to be like a slasher film.
Get out.
Yeah, so he's going to Whoville. And he's taking the
whacking people?
He's whacking hooves.
What?
Yeah, so it's going to be a rated R, maybe even worse, holiday movie.
I saw another one. There was like Santa's a badass.
Yeah, they've been doing that a couple of times. That's a
called?
new
Silent Night or what?
Yeah.
I forget. Maybe that was an old. I don't know. Whatever it was.
But they've done that's new.
Yeah.
So there's a new one coming out this year. But there's now like
Santa's like a
4.
badass like type of thing.
There's been a couple recently. So now all of a sudden
he's like a vigilante.
Right. We talked about it last week with TV Todd of every single year there seems to be all right, what's the new way to make a movie? And it seems like the new one is making a badass Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Because there was one a few years ago where he was being tracked, and he had a
they had a GPS tracker.
They had a GPS tracker on Santa Claus, and he was taking people out.
Was he?
Oh yeah.
I missed that one.
So that's like a new thing, is the badass Santa Claus. But this one is the evil Grinch called the Mean One.
The evil Grinch. Look at that.
And they made him look like the Grinch.
Did they really?
Yeah, but like basically a darker version of the Jim Carrey movie.
I mean, by the way, that Grinch was a great Grinch.
Yeah, it was a great Grinch. But this guy's like, evil. And he's
yeah. And you got Sean Payton in there.
Mitch from Phoenix.
Yeah. By the way, Hutch says Violent Night, it's called.
Violent Night. Okay. That would make more sense.
Oh, my God. I don't know. I saw it did a game. Whatever game I was watching last night.
I think it was the Sixers one, maybe, or Monday Night Football.
Probably
I saw the
Sixers,
commercial.
Yeah. By the way, Steelers last night.
Yeah, good call on that one.
Yeah. They're. I'll tell you one thing, though. There's some bad teams out there.
Yes.
The Colts are they're just horrible.
Yeah, I don't know what, And you don't know where the end is in sight for some of these teams.
I know.
Like the Colts had a decent squad.
Yeah,
they go all in on Wentz.
Yeah.
He's a disaster, as we know. And they try to save with Matt Ryan because, remember, that entire offensive line's first-round picks.
Yeah.
Like, they're a talented bunch, but they're a mess.
Yeah, they are. They're horrible.
Like, when are the Texans ever going to not be the Texans ever again?
You know what's funny about them is that when they come in, they first get into the league, they're good.
Oh, you have Arian Foster. You have
Arian Foster, Matt
DeAndre
Schaub.
Hopkins.
Remember, Matt Schaub was from Westchester.
Yeah.
And he was good. Matt Schaub was good. He was a backup in Atlanta.
Yep, and he put up like 400 yards a couple times.
He was really good.
Yeah.
And then he got them to the playoffs, the whole thing. Then he threw a pick six. He had like a rash of like 3 or 4. Like, I think there were 3 of them. It was like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Where he threw 3 pick sixes, and he was never the same.
Who was the other receiver before Hopkins? They had another stud. I think he was on the team when they first started. Arian Foster was a couple years later. They drafted him.
Yeah, I got
Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson.
He was a stud, dude.
Dude, Andre Johnson. Wow.
That's a bust out.
That's a great, wow, that's awesome. Texans. Look, that's crazy. 2002 they came in.
Wasn't D'Amico Ryans on that team?
How about this, dude?
Because the Eagles got a linebacker. I'm pretty sure it was D'Amico. Wasn't he on the Texans?
Look at this team. Here's their roster. You ready? David Carr. Remember, they thought David Carr was going to be it.
Yeah.
And he turned out to be a bust. Jabbar Gaffney. He later came to the Eagles.
Yes, he did.
Look at this team's horrible. This is their first. I'm looking at their initial team in 2002. I mean, you're not going to remember any of these guys. Jeff Posey. Aaron Glenn is the one guy that you'll remember. Aaron Glenn was a good player. Wow, that's nuts. They were terrible. Let's see real quick.
That's what happens. Expansion team tough.
Yeah.
Off the start.
Andre Johnson comes the next year.
Okay, and then Foster was the following. Foster was an undrafted free agent.
Yeah. They had Dominic Williams, too. You remember him?
I do not, actually.
And, wow, Dominic Wilkins. Yeah, he started for a couple of years with them. And then here they go. They're 2-14, 6-10, 8-8, 8-8. Then they go to the playoffs. They were 10-6 in 2011. And here's your team. Arian Foster, Matt Schaub, Jacoby Jones. Remember him?
I do, actually, yeah.
Owen Daniels, your tight end. And then defensively, J.J. Watt, of course. Brian Cushing. I used to love Brian Cushing.
Linebacker.
Yes. D'Amico.
Yeah, D'Amico. And then he came here, and now he's an incredible defensive coordinator. Yep.
Connor was there. Look at that. Kareem Jackson. He was a great corner, man. Jonathan Joseph. They had a great defense. Look at that. That's awesome. Who thinks? That's why I love doing this. Who thinks we're going to be like the Texans come up? Danny, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, Dan.
Hey, guys. What's going on, man?
What's up, brother?
So I love the topic about finding sports history that has U.S. pride. And
yes.
Two of them come to mind. I know Tunis already talked about the one with T.J. Oshie, but in that series, in the 2010 Olympic finals, one thing that I remember is it went to overtime, and U.S. versus Canada. And I remember Zach Parisi scored a tying goal with like 2 minutes left, and Ryan Miller was out. I think he got the MVP of the Olympics, even though they lost. Ryan Miller was the goalie for the U.S.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Well, Philly fans are so great because the next time both of those two guys came to play against the Flyers at the Wachovia, they got a standing ovation. That's how awesome Philly fans are. Like, we know what you guys did. And
dude, how awesome is that?
Awesome. I mean, Ryan Miller was that good in the Olympics.
He was ridiculous. He was good. That's right. Did he make something? It was like ridiculous. Like they're like 50-some save, 55 saves. There was some crazy numbers that he was putting up.
It was unreal. That was awesome. I remember being out with all my friends. It was like an 11 a.m. game. I think the time was around that, and we were all out watching that. That was great. The other one, I was at game one. It was a 3-game series. It was the 1996 first called the World Cup, but was the continuation of the Canada Cup. Game
yes. One yes, I remember that World Cup.
Yeah. Now, game 2 and game 3 were both in Canada, and we lost game 1 in overtime at the Core State Center. Game 2 and 3. In game 3, we were losing. I want to say it was 2-1 with a couple minutes left, and then Brett Hull deflection.
Wow.
Then they rolled. They scored like 3 goals in a row, and one.
Wow, Brett Hull, man, that's awesome. I remember that.
Dude, it was unreal. Do me a favor, Ed. You're going through the rosters of the Texans. Go through the rosters of both the 96 Canada team and the U.S. team, even the Russian team. Dude, no one can tell me hockey's better now. Look at these names. They're all Hall of Fame. All first ballot.
Well, or the Red Wings, right? Fedorov, right? I remember that. I remember Matt Sundin was on like the Finnish team. They were incredible. I'll call it up.
Yeah, and then in Forsberg with Sweden. I mean, they didn't even make it to the finals, and the Swedish team was phenomenal. So that always gave me. It's probably the best sport that you can, aside from the dream team in basketball, where you can actually get, U.S. pride because the rest of the world is that good.
Is that good? Oh, dude, here you go. You ready?
Yeah.
How about this? Brian Leach, Darian Hatcher, Phil Housley, Chris Chelios, Mike Madonna, Johnny LeClaire, Monty, Brett Hull, Patty LaFontaine, Keith Kachuk. Oh, this team's unbelievable. Steve Kowalchuk. Yeah, Monty. Wow, man. Richter, and that's
Mike
amazing.
Richter.
Yeah. And Jim Carrey. Wow, that's awesome, dude. I'll go through it. Yeah.
Yeah, look at Canada's team, and Martin Brodeur wasn't even the starting goalie. That's how.
Wow, that's ridiculous. Hey, that's a great call, Dan. Thanks, buddy. I love that stuff. All right, open the vault, Tunis. Go ahead.
You know, when we began opening this vault nearly 2 hours ago, we had no real idea what we'd find inside. As it turns out, we haven't found very much.
All right, well, today is a fun vault. Like we said, it was a melting pot, a little bit of everything. But we'll start off with something that we mentioned. We got to get this one out of the way as we are talking USA Pride today. You know, Sean Andrews is very prideful of Team USA, especially one Michael Phelps.
You my Michael Phelps song, my Michael Phelps yo. You my Michael Phelps song, my Michael Phelps. If you can swim and die, you go up. I didn't sing out. I was about to freestyle for y'all. Get my Michael Phelps song. That's what we catch you to. Get my Michael Phelps song, my Michael Phelps. My Michael Phelps on, get my Michael Phelps on, my Michael Phelps.
I thought he does Andrews. Does he go into that too?
What was available in the vault was what you heard. Can I ask you why? Was there a reason?
Yeah, well, you know, the whole thing, it was hit. So Phelps talked about smoking weed.
Okay.
So, you know, that was the whole thing.
Genesis of
I'm
it.
getting my Michael Phelps on was I'm getting high.
Okay. See, I did not know this.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I am learning
that
something
was the whole,
new. I thought he was just very proud of Michael Phelps and proud to be an American. All right.
He was just proud.
That's awesome.
He was proud of getting high, baby.
All right, so that's a great one. All right, we're going way back to.
By the way, Sean Andrews was one of those dudes that, if he was like all together, would have been a great player.
Yeah,
it's a shame.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Going way back to 1972, Anthony, as we saw the release of Pong, the gaming system Pong. Here is a little instructional video that came out in 1972 on this day.
Oh, my God.
What does your family do on those stay indoors rainy afternoons? Or on those cold, blustery winter days? Families who are content to let television do its thing often find themselves at its mercy for a choice of entertainment. While people who want television to do their thing entertain themselves with Odyssey, the electronic game of the future, and the family's best foul-weather friend. Odyssey can be attached to any brand television receiver with a screen size of 18 to 25 inches, either black and white or color. And an ordinary screwdriver is the only tool needed to attach this Odyssey antenna game switch to the antenna terminals on the back of the television set. Once the antenna game switch is attached, you can select the TV position for regular television viewing or the game position for playing your favorite Odyssey game. Odyssey is played through an unused VHF channel of your television set and operates on 6 common-size C-cell batteries which come packed with the unit.
Wow, isn't that wild? So that's 1972?
Yeah.
That's
18
amazing.
to 25 inch TVs, Ant.
Black and white or color.
And it's crazy, like, you know, 45, 50 inch TV is almost nothing nowadays. You go to some, you know,
I know.
some of these people's houses, everyone's got like a 60, 70 inch TV.
Well,
just
I
sitting
mean,
there.
think about, you know, what you're playing right now. Are you still in Heat?
Huh?
Think about what you're playing right now. The game.
The Call of Duty, yeah.
Right. but you're in heat, right? You're playing that game.
Yes.
And think about what's that? 70. That's 50 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So in 50 years, they go from dots, right? Basically, they're dots that you play ping pong
to what looks like human beings,
right? To like what would be war, a simulation of war.
Yeah. It's really crazy.
No, I mean that's unreal, right? Like I'm in the throes of the sports, like with me and Monster. Always playing our sports games,
and they're just getting more and more ridiculous in terms of
it's
graphics.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
like I love. They do this a lot with LeBron because he's been playing in the league so long. They do the side by side of here's how LeBron looked in his first year of 2K,
right,
and now,
and
like his first year, it's just like a cartoon. Whereas now it's like, oh my God,
it's his image.
That's LeBron James,
Yeah,
which is crazy. 4 years later, they released a expansion pack of Pong that also had hockey on it, where you control two bricks.
Right, you're the goalie.
Yeah. So here's how that commercial sounded.
You're watching the most exciting game you will ever see on your TV set. Telstar by Coleco with 3 different games. Telstar Tennis with digital scoring, variable speeds. Telstar Hockey. Each player controls a goalie plus a forward on the other side. Oops, a goal. And Telstar Singles Handball, a game you play yourself. Telstar Handball, Tennis, Hockey. All 3 at an exciting low price. For great family fun, hitch your TV to a Telstar by Coleco.
Wow, that's amazing.
That was 1976. All right, so today, I believe it was 1929 was the year, was the birth of one Jackie Stallone, the mother of Sly.
Jackie Stallone.
And Sly's brother, Frank Stallone. And so I figured in her honor, I don't believe she's with us anymore. In her honor, I might as well play
Jackie.
I might as well play one of her proudest moments. At least I would imagine it was her proudest moments when both Sly and Frank shared the screen at the same time.
Do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do, take it back. Do-do-do. I said I've been told by. Do-do-do-do.
This, of course, much better than Adrian's version.
Yeah. Do-do-do-do.
So there's what that's from Rocky 1, obviously,
Dude, that's the best,
at the very
though.
beginning. But then Rocky 2.
Hey, yo, what are you doing? What's happening, man? I just got a little married,
Just got a little married.
Some wine here. Yeah, man, we're doing it. Give some wine. I like that stuff. Okay, baby, give him something for him, Frank. There are 2 kinds of love that you ought to know. There are 2 kinds of love. There are 2 kinds of love. Who are they? They're like the neighborhood jukebox. Those guys just singing all the time.
So I'm sure she was proud seeing both her sons on the big screen at the same time. All right, do you want...
Frank was an accomplished singer.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
But he was a great movie theme singer.
Forever the other brother, though, unfortunately for him.
Correct.
There was a movie called Fred Claus. Did you ever see Fred Claus?
Yeah, I love Fred Claus.
He's in it, Frank. They had the other...
Yes.
It was the...
Yes.
It was the session with all the other brothers.
Yes,
and
that's right.
Of course, Fred Claus's brother was Santa Claus. And Frank Stallone was in there talking about Sylvester Stallone. It was awesome.
Yeah, I remember... That's a
great movie.
It is a great movie.
Paul Giamatti as Santa.
Right.
I love that movie, man.
And that is one that's always on the in the rotation.
Oh, definitely. Always on. All right, we have time for one more. Today is Stephon Diggs' birthday, so I was going to play the Minneapolis Miracle because, remember, the Eagles then play the Vikings the following round in the NFC Championship game. So that's an important moment because I don't know how they fare against the Saints. We don't really know. It's Russell Wilson's birthday, so I was going to play his extremely cringy social media account that he has. But I figured, why not end it on what would have been his birthday today? Vin Scully.
Ah, that's awesome.
Here's a story of him talking about Mike Matheny, then manager of the Cardinals, and the time he got pooped on by a bird.
Bottom of the second inning, no score, and the subject is Mike Matheny. Matheny, 44 years old come the end of September, born in Ohio, lives in Missouri. But he was not even 18 years old, and he came to the University of Michigan with a major league dilemma. Earlier that summer, the Toronto Blue Jays had drafted a catching prospect in the 31st round, but Matheny decided to honor his college commitments, but he had a lot of doubts. Anyway, Matheny showered, ready to go to class for the first day, walked out of the dormitory, stomach knotted, and a pigeon defecated directly on his head. Now, conventional wisdom would suggest the bird bombing was a sign that he should hit the road. But Matheny had to go back and clean up. The pitch to Uribe, a strike, 0-1 the count. He went back and showered and cleaned up and decided all of a sudden he was at peace. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to go to college. And there was one other thing that happened. The strike one pitch swung on and missed, 0-2.
He's amazing.
Matheny
Seamless.
went to his first class, and when he reached class, he noticed a pretty field hockey player named Kristen. And he would marry her and live happily ever after.
Wow, he's the best.
Yeah, how he just goes in and out.
He's the greatest,
play-by-play. How about that Juan Uribe? Was up to bat.
Juan Uribe. That's fabulous. And here was this, field
defecated.
Hockey. He goes all, and then he would marry her. He's the best. All right, 610.
I was going to play this from Russ.
Hey guys, Russell here. Yes, the typical boring. Yes, Russell, the robot Russell, the one you guys love to know. Real exciting. Yeah, I'm real exciting. But anyways, everybody has to have an alter ego, right? And I've been thinking about what my alter ego would be, and I think I have an alter ego. His name's Mr. Unlimited. Yeah, you gotta be unlimited. You gotta have a thought process of being unlimited.
So no, make it stop.
I don't blame anybody.
My God. He could be Captain Corn.
I don't blame anybody from that Seahawks team.
Are you kidding me?
That didn't really rock with Russ. And I don't blame anybody with the Broncos now. Because this came out when he was still with Seattle. Mr. Unlimited.
Oh, my God.
Mr. Cornball.
Mr. Corn. It's Captain Corn. Oh, my God.
I feel secondhand embarrassment for them. Right?
Yeah, that's
I feel
the cringe.
The same way.
That's a cringe. We've all experienced that where you're like, nah, man, don't do that. Like, and you got the cringe.
Mr. Unlimited. Yeah, you gotta be unlimited. You gotta have a thought process of being unlimited. So
there's more, but I'll
I'm good if I never hear that. That's horrible. God forbid. All right.
Unlimited.
610-632-0975. We got a good hour that I want to get with you guys. We got a lot going on, but in fact, I see Joe wants to talk a little World Cup. Give us some World Cup thoughts. Listen, let's analyze the game a little bit. And we're going through the dream scenarios of USA sports. So the dream team is obviously number one or number two behind Miracle on Ice, but times when sports gave you nationalistic pride, man. Well, we're all about Team USA, like today against Iran. So we're coming up with the GOAT list of that. 610-632-0975. Of course, the Birds and some Sixers. Doc Rivers will join us at 1. We'll talk to him. Hey, let's talk about the Bet Parks app for a second. So speaking of Team USA and the World Cup, you can bet on Team USA right now. In fact, they're even money to win the match. Now, you can go, you're not going to bet Iran. You have a draw, and then you have Team USA even money. So, all they got to do is, even if Iran turtles up, I think, if you can just get one in, you're good. And then who knows, maybe they pour it on. So, Team USA, you can build same-game parlays, like this, who scores, Pulisic, like whatever, all that stuff. It's a lot of fun. They have all the NBA, all the NFL, all the college football, a big weekend of college football. It's all right there at your fingertips on the Bet Parks app. Go to betparks.com. They have all the details like you can get up to $750 risk-free credit if your first bet is not a winner. You got to be in PA or New Jersey. You got to be 21. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Nice win for the Sixers. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by NJ Diet. Losing contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds in as little as 40 days. Start by calling today at 855-5NJ-DIET or visit NJDiet.com. Sixers with the win last night, beating the Hawks, improving their record to 12-9. Nice little turnaround for the Sixers this season. Joel Embiid, his first game back after getting his ankle rolled on. He finished with 38-7. Tobias Harris with a double-double last night. Doc Rivers will join the Cuz coming up at 1 o'clock to talk about those Sixers. Jeff McClain joins the show at 12:30 to talk about the 10-1 Eagles. This update is also brought to you by Jefferson Health. You have a lot on your to-do list, but don't overlook the most important item, your health. The steps you take today are your first steps to a healthier tomorrow. Call Jefferson Health at 1-800-JEFF-NOW. That's 1-800-JEFF-NOW. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Cuz. Anthony Gargano. Weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Don't wait until after Thanksgiving for leftovers, because Jeff D'Ambrosio Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram and Destination Downingtown is having the biggest new 2022 leftover sale in history. Nobody treats you better and sells for less. Jeff needs to sell down hundreds of brand new 2022 vehicles this month. Hundreds of Rams up to $8,000 off. Plus, as low as 0% financing, 0 payments for 90 days, and 0 down delivers any Ram. Looking for low payments? New Jeeps starting at $199 per month. Luxury Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneers up to $4,000 off. And salute to our military. All month, get $1,000 in military rebates on all Wranglers and Gladiators. Get more for your trade or out of any lease way early with Jeff. Get the Jeff D buying experience, because Jeff never haggles or hassles over price. When other dealers say no, Jeff always says yes. Call 610-269-9500 or go JeffAuto.com. If you want it for less, you gotta see Jeff. Black Friday sales event.
There is no doubt about it. Philadelphia sports fans bleed for their teams, and they bleed for each other, too. Every time they donate plasma at CSL Plasma Donation Centers. In fact, thousands of Philadelphia area residents have helped people they don't even know by donating plasma at a CSL Plasma Donation Center. Your plasma donations have helped create therapies for patients living with rare and serious diseases, and have enabled us to provide medicines and vaccines to people in over 100 countries around the world. Interested in other ways you can partner with CSL to improve patients' quality of life? Ask about participating in one of our clinical trials or learn more at cslbearingtrials.com. We're proud to be part of this community, proud of our hometown teams, and the people who rally around them and each other. We look forward to meeting you and thanking you in person at events around the city. For all that you do, Philadelphia, we thank you, because together, we're saving lives.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1979. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1979. That's 800-777-1979. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
You need a lawyer? Here's something to consider. Jeff Rosenbaum of Rosenbaum Injury Law started in Philly 30 years ago. But John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan is from Florida and just opened a Philly office in 2017. Yep, John Morgan is from Florida and not licensed to practice law in Pennsylvania. Jeff Rosenbaum personally meets with his clients. If you're injured in Pennsylvania, I'd stick with a hometown team. Rosenbaum Injury Law, not from Florida.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
I studied Spanish in college and never got fluent. But then I tried Babbel.
Want the most effective way to learn another language? In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons will have you learning another language in as little as 3 weeks.
Babbel gets you speaking quickly about things you actually talk about in the real world.
University studies have shown that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a semester of college Spanish. If you want to learn a new language, there's no better way than Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try Babbel for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Kick it up a notch with soccer and Bet Rivers Sportsbook app. Featuring our new multi-game, same-game parlays. Combine the excitement of multiple same-game parlays in one bet for even bigger payouts. Bet match winners, total goals, player props, and more. Add our award-winning customer service, and it's a goal! Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and soccer. It's a whole new game.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Pennsylvania only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now because game day is so close you can almost taste it. Football watching. Better with Pepsi.
Win a pair of tickets to Anthony Gargano's Feast of the Seven Fishes, presented by Baroni Feeney Wine. Join the Fanatic crew at Super Buy Right in West Deptford, New Jersey, Thursday, December 1st from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. For details, visit the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 97.5thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey.
Hey guys, Andrew, holiday season is in full swing, and boy do I know it because this is when my life is absolutely crazy. I have our anniversary is tomorrow. Chrissy's birthday was on the 24th. I got my dad's birthday on the 7th. I got my sister's birthday on January 7th. We got Christmas Eve. We got Christmas. We got all kinds of stuff, right? So I know all about how crazy the holiday season is, but I know where to go to easily find a gift, and that's Family Company Jewelers. They are stocked and ready to go. Do yourself a favor and get to their showroom on Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey, and get her a gift that she'll never forget. If you're planning to pop the question this year, how about you stock her stuffing with a custom diamond engagement ring? And, of course, you can't go wrong with a pair of diamond stud earrings. If you're not popping the question, they have the largest selection of diamonds in the area, not to mention the best prices around. That's where I went for my engagement ring, wedding band, Mother's Day gift, anniversary gift. Probably have to stop there again soon. Family Company has been a friend of the station for many years, myself included. You see me over there all the time, and I know Angelo and the family will take great care of you like they've taken great care of me, and they will make sure that you walk out of their store with a gift that she'll be showing off all year long. Don't wait until the last minute to get your shopping done. You can go one stop to Family, and you can check off your entire list. Family Company Jewelers, South Jersey's holiday diamond destination.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, it's 11:30 across the Delaware Valley. 11 o'clock hour brought to you by Golden Nugget Jewelers. That's where Philly gets engaged. Big news, Eunice. I was asking for it. That's right. It's back. Thank you, Coach. 97.5 The Fanatic's Holiday Wheel is back. This year, we're going to be spinning the Holiday Wheel 3 times a day with the John Kincaid Show at 8 a.m., with us at noon, and with the best show ever at 4 p.m. You got a chance to win some amazing prizes. Register now at 97.5thefanatic.com. Starting Monday, December the 12th, we'll start calling names. The Fanatic Holiday Wheel presented by Rally House. Rally House. Every wheel spinner will automatically receive a $50 Rally House gift card.
Which is awesome.
That is tremendous, dude. Rally House, your city, your house, Rally House. Register for the Holiday Wheel right now. That's a big deal, dude.
Yeah, the $50 gift card.
As a part of the package.
That's awesome. When we did the show there, I scooped up Christy. She wanted an Eagles knit cap, and she was wearing it today.
Yeah, really?
She's all eagled up.
She's all eagled up. That's awesome.
Do.
That was Christy's do.
Do. That's good.
Hey, let me ask you a question. We're talking about Team USA, and I want to get to it. And the the whole thing about American pride. One of the things about America too is, fighting City Hall. Like you could fight City Hall, right? Look at people in China right now holding up blank pieces of paper.
Uh-huh.
All right, you can fight City Hall. Have you ever been a part of a movement, a fight City Hall movement? Like, here's the deal. So they're trying to build warehouses, like these monster warehouses in Mulligan Hill, dude.
Which is
like right on my corner.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it's like these blocks of they have this beautiful farmland that they want to build these ugly warehouses, right? Like, and then you're gonna have the monster trucks coming through. You're turning a rural area into a horrible, armpit. And for the life of me, I don't understand how the mayor could actually, be down with that, But so people are telling me about it. I go, it's horrible. It's why you got kids. We have kids, and we chose there to raise our kids.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Couldn't imagine. I mean, I grew up there, right? So you're there now.
There's plenty of places that are, where you could put it that aren't residential. They shouldn't be in residential areas. They should be. Now I get it's close to a highway, a major thoroughfare like 322,
right?
And the bridge. But, dude, you're going to put it in our backyard?
It's still also off the highway. You know it, like 15, 20 minutes. It's a pain in the ass.
It is. So, but I've never been a part. Usually I've never done it before.
No,
So there's like a town meeting on Thursday night.
Ah, okay.
So, all the people are like, you got to go. Have you ever been one of these?
No, I've not been, no.
I need people who are that fight City Hall. I always find that interesting. Fight the man.
Go get him.
You're like, yeah. You should be there with me, man.
Yeah, should. Town over. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you're abandoning it.
Town over now, man.
Yeah, you're out. Joe, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, Joe.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
What's up, Joey? How are you?
I'm pretty excited right now. During the break, Ecuador tied it, but Senegal scored 2 minutes later, and I got them plus 220 on the Parks Bet app. So
nice.
Looking good.
I'm going to root Senegal for you, my man.
Yes, thank you. So just I want to talk about World Cup.
Yeah.
Obviously, big game today with the U.S. I think they're going to have to win. It's one of our enemies, Iran. I think they're a better team, but Iran's not a walkover. So
now I saw they beat Wales. Now let me ask you. You sound like a man that knows what he's talking about here. Now they beat Wales. What was it? They scored the 2 goals in extra time. What was the? Why were they able to break through and not U.S.?
I think the U.S. got a little complacent. They were up, got complacent, just let them score. That's what happens. Iran's actually a better team than Wales. They're 20th in the world. We're 16th, so it's a pretty close matchup.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
but now they just need a draw to move on. So they're going to turtle up? Are they going to play real conservative? Go 10 men behind the ball?
I think they might, but I think we could definitely get a goal against them. No problem. Get one early. We got some guys that have been on the bench side that can go forward, that could score. I think we win. I think we win easily, get a goal pretty early, and then from there, I don't think they'll be able to score on us.
I like it. So the key's going to be strike early and draw them out of that shell, right?
Absolutely.
All right. See that, Tunis? So I like the strategy parts of the games, man. That's good. That's good knowledge by you, Joe. Good man, buddy. I'm going to root Senegal for you. It's where you cash.
And then tomorrow, you have to root Poland for me because that's my squad.
Oh, yeah? All right. You get that Lewandowski?
Yes, absolutely. I hate nobody in the world besides the Argentinians because when we were in Russia, we couldn't get from St. Petersburg back to Moscow to get to the game we were going to. All the trains were booked by Argentinians. Every single one of them I met was a jerk. So we had to take an overnight bus from St. Petersburg to Moscow to take a 10-hour train to the soccer game we were going to see.
Wow.
It was torture.
So you went, that's pretty awesome. So you were at the World Cup. That's awesome. In Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that it was worth it. We had a friend. We met a friend over there. Still talk to him, and he helped us out. He got us a bus, took us to there, got us to where we needed to be. We got to the game in time, and we were able to see it.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's great. That's good for you. All right, we got Senegal and Poland for you. All right.
You got it.
All right, buddy. See you, man.
Look, I'm repping Poland.
Yeah, you're
they're my neighbors. Yeah. Come on now.
You got to, that's
That's the backup squad.
It's
yeah, 'cause I'm USA, red, white, blue.
Right, but if you're not Lithuania, if not USA or Lithuania,
it's Poland.
You got to go Poland because of the neighboring they're a border
exactly.
town.
Come on now.
Share the same kind of values and a lot of the same customs. Speaking of which, Tunis, I need an update. What's going on with the chips?
Oh, wow, that is a great question.
The Lithuanian
I hope
chips,
I didn't get ripped off.
I thought that they were going to be in town, like they were going to arrive, dude.
Hold on, Chaz, because I got the email that they were shipped. They were shipped on the 18th.
You got the pea chips,
and it said 3 to 7 work days. So they got shipped on the 18th. So the Saturday, Sunday, the following day. So no. So they should be arriving today or tomorrow.
Wow.
If it follows correctly. So hold on. I have to reach out to someone because someone sent me a photo that he purchased said chips and he got his in already.
No. He got the chips?
Yeah.
Tell the people, in case you didn't hear that day, what you ordered from your home country of Lithuania.
Yeah, so there's a company called Chaz Chips, and they're very much like the Pringle of Lithuania because they have all the crazy flavors. It's not just salt and vinegar. It's
and they're not
just
in a bag.
barbecue.
In a can?
Nah, these are in a bag.
Okay.
But they have all kinds of flavors that are traditional Lithuanian flavors, like some of the traditional meals and the food items that I've had Americanized and that I've also had out in Lithuania when I visited twice. But they also made a flavor of a woman's nether regions. And for the show, I figured it would be good to purchase said bag.
Yes.
And I also bought some of the more traditional flavors, which I was going to like.
So you're going to bring them all in one day?
Yeah, and I bought some extra bags of the traditional flavors to give them to my family, but I would be kind of afraid to even. How did you find out about these? And I wouldn't really want to get into that conversation.
Well, I would think that Dad's listening, right?
Maybe, maybe not.
Did he bring them up? Was that a topic over Thanksgiving
dinner? He did not bring them up, so maybe we're safe. Or maybe he doesn't not want to bring that topic up during Thanksgiving dinner. But they should be arriving. But our man John
You got all kinds of turkey flavor, barbecue.
Yeah. John L. sent me a photo. It was yesterday. He got them yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Sorry. And he said,
Did he taste them?
I got to ask him. I'll follow up. He said these were premature chips because they came early. They came in a couple days earlier than expected. So he got his shipment early.
All right. Well, you got to ask him what his review is, because you got to do a food review.
Which we will be reviewing hopefully today or tomorrow. I'm glad that he got his. That means, he didn't get ripped off, just like I'm hoping I didn't get ripped off.
Yeah, man.
But why would I get ripped off from my own country? They see the name.
Yeah.
They see the spelling.
Yeah, they're not going to rip you off. They know that
I hope not.
You're part of it. You're part of the deal.
Let's see. There is a tracking. Hold on, but it doesn't really. No, it just says nothing. Okay. Thanks, guys.
I mean, that's a part of you. That's they're going to see the name. They go, oh, you can't rip this guy off.
Yeah, no, you can't. So hopefully they're here within the next day or two, and then we can have them on the show for strictly educational purposes. I also got it was what, mussels and white wine.
That sounded actually good.
It was mussels and white wine.
The mussels chips sounded good.
Yeah.
Like the mussels and white wine sauce with a Belgian beer sounds like a good. That sounds like a move.
It sounds like a nice
right?
item. So does some others. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. Do I have the actual order? I want to see exactly what I got because I got a couple of stuff.
That's fabulous. All right. One of the other things we were talking about with the Eagles, and I don't want to leave them out because we did get some bad news today surrounding Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and the lacerated kidney. So that's a big deal. Now he's not out for the rest of the season. Thankfully, there's no set timetable yet, but the hope is you get him back for the playoffs.
Right. And he's been a big piece. He leads the league in interceptions.
Dude,
so it's not
only that, he's just a great safety.
Yeah, he is.
He's a great player, man.
That trade still, I have no idea how that happened. Right? Like, I don't know how that worked out.
The two trades that I don't know what happened is
Tennessee.
Yeah.
And A.J. Brown.
How does Howie, seriously, we're doing some reflecting on the Birds this week after, the 10-1 start. 10-1. 10-1. It's amazing. How does Howie do that? How does Tennessee do that?
I don't know. There's been a couple trades. You even go back to Brandon Brooks in Houston. Now, I know Brandon Brooks was dealing with a lot of anxiety. I don't know what the story was when he was in Houston. But remember, Howie traded, I think, a 4th-round pick for the best right guard in football, arguably.
Yeah. New Orleans, too, yeah.
There's been some trades recently where Howie's just completely swindled. And
like the A.J. Brown thing, he's 24 years old.
Yeah, now you have him locked up for
that's
4
what
years.
I don't. Listen, I just think that's one of the greatest moves ever. And then you flee, and I know they didn't want to pay Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, but first of all, why? Why not?
Right. He's
why
24.
don't you want to pay a young safety, man, who's a stud?
Yeah.
I got to tell you, these teams, I don't understand what they're doing.
Well, I wonder, maybe it was scheme. New Orleans had him in the slot. They didn't really have him playing as a safety, whereas the Eagles do. A traditional safety. But look at how well he's been. He leads the league in interceptions. He's been making plays constantly.
Well, yeah, but knowing this league and knowing what the strengths are of this league, I don't know. It makes perfect sense that you would put him at safety.
And it's just so funny, right? Because I go back to the draft, and I was all about drafting Kyle Hamilton. It was not one of these, they made the wrong choice, they shouldn't have drafted Jordan Davis. I never had that reaction. It was just, I wanted a playmaking safety. And I remember you saying that they were never really in on Kyle Hamilton. Yeah.
And, it was funny because they were like, nah, he's not. Really, he's not what you think he is.
But I was.
Because he's not fair. He's not getting no speed.
Right. But I was intrigued. I wanted a playmaking safety. They get Jordan Davis. I was okay with the Jordan Davis selection. It was just like, damn. They end up getting Hassan Reddick. They get Kazir White. They get James Bradbury. And I go, man, imagine if you had a legit safety. Because at the time, it was Anthony Harris and Marcus Epps.
Right.
And Jaquiski Tart.
Yeah.
Right? That was your safety rotation. And I'm like, damn, that kind of sucks. They have a good defense, but they have no help over the top. And then all of a sudden, right before the season started.
Well, it's amazing. Piece by piece fell into place with the defense. Right? Look at the defense. Did you see Ndamukong Suh with the Sixers?
No, I didn't. That's cool.
Yeah. He was the Sixers game, which is dynamite.
He was really cool. He asked, he went on Twitter and asked Philadelphians to give the best restaurant recommendations.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
A lot of people sent him a bunch of good ones, and he said he came up with his own list from all the suggestions, which is cool.
Yeah, no, listen, that's fantastic. Listen, they've done Howie's done an incredible job at tweaking this roster. Seriously, I can't. If we're reflecting this week, and it's a great week to reflect, and we're reflecting on this team, you got to be kidding me what they've done. It's been amazing. It really has. 10-1. I'm going to say it over and over again because I still can't believe they're 10-1. And you should see the jealousy by all these other teams, these fans of these other teams. Like when I was at Waste Management this morning to see all the guys off, you got your resident Cowboy fans, out a Viking fan, right? And they're so jealous. Oh, you guys going to lose in the playoffs. 10-1, Holmes. 10-1. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. I got some open lines, actually. First time all day. Let's chat it up. We got Jet McClain coming up at 12:30, so I need you guys right now.
Oh, dude, by the way.
Your USA moments. Yes, what?
John Foley on Twitter, he does the 2008 Phils account. He just posted a McDonald's commercial that includes Dutch and Boa.
Get out.
And I will be playing this commercial on the other side because I don't want to wait till tomorrow's vault to play it.
That's fabulous.
It looks awesome.
Now, what you should do is, off of this, tomorrow's vault should center around athlete commercials.
Sounds good. I like that.
All right. I'll give you some suggestions as well. 610-632-0975. Open lines. You want to jump in. Hey, listen, you know how much I love this town, right? You know how much I love locally owned and operated businesses. And, that's why I started the Yo's. Let's give out Yo's to all of our local businesses right here in Philadelphia. So I want to give a yo to Peruzzi Nissan. And when I found out they want to be part of the Anthony Gargano show, I was thrilled. All right, because the uncle's retired, right? Greg and Paul, they retired. Then next thing you know, here comes Fred Peruzzi and his family. They're fantastic. They've been the owners for over 40 years, and they've been a pillar of the community. They themselves support local businesses. That's their mission. In fact, their mission statement is "Our business is you." And at Nissan, they've got the best of the best. I mean, their inventory is ridiculous. They got a great GM. Bob Seidenberger has been with the Peruzzis since the very beginning. And when it comes to that inventory, again, they got everything over there. All right? The new, you got to get over and check it out. The dealership's like a palace. You're going to feel welcome the minute you walk in. That's what I like. You're going to feel welcome about everything. The best part, again, is at Peruzzi Nissan, the new or certified pre-owned vehicle that's on your list is there. You can get it right now. Check it out. They're on Lincoln Highway in Fairless Hills. You can check them out anytime at PeruzziNissan.com. And remember, at Peruzzi, our business is you.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Good night for the Sixers. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to us by, I'll tell you in a second, I got too many papers here. It's Liberty Mutual Insurance, where you only pay for what you need. Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customize your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. The Sixers beat the Hawks yesterday, 104-101. Now 12-9 on the season. Joel Embiid made his return after having his ankle rolled on, and he led the way. 30 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. A good night for Tobias Harris, who finished with 24 and 10. Doc Rivers, the head coach, will be joining the Cuz coming up at 1 o'clock. And at 12:30, it's Jeff McClain to talk about the 10-1 Eagles. Keep it locked in the Fanatic for all of the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Anthony Gargano Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hi guys, it's Andrew. Are you struggling with ED? Did you know that a major medical breakthrough is now available and it isn't a pill? Today, Tuesday, November 29th, we're running a one-day special you won't want to miss out on. Oak Hills Medical Clinic uses the most powerful form of wave therapy. This is a technology clinically shown to repair blood vessels and improve blood flow. It's backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge. If you're ready to regain that spark in the bedroom, today is your day. Call us now and you'll qualify for the assessment and ultrasound totally free. Also, you'll get a gift that can produce rapid results in the bedroom in minutes. You're gonna love that, guys, trust me. And today only, we're offering 5 tune-up treatments to our patients free. This is unprecedented, worth hundreds of dollars, but call today and qualify free. 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your love life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic now to qualify. This offer ends today. 215-302-9999.
It's time for tip-off with basketball in the Bet Rivers Sportsbook app. Bet same-game parlays, where you can combine different bets from the same game for even bigger payouts and more action on the hardwood. Bets like live player props, spreads, totals, and more. Add our award-winning customer service, and it's nothing but net. Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and basketball. It's a whole new game.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Pennsylvania only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
97.5 The Fanatic is on a Philadelphia Flyers ticket tour presented by Coors Light. Win Flyers swag and tickets every 20 minutes, including premium seats in the Coors Light Flyers Chill Zone. Join the Fanatic at the Perky Cafe this Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. 400 Brower Avenue in Phoenixville. Stay to watch the Flyers take on the New Jersey Devils. Enjoy great food and cold Coors Light. You must be 21 to win. For details, visit the events page on 975thefanatic.com. Coors Light, fueled by Philadelphia.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network and the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Hey, it's John Kincaid. The cold weather is here, and if you're worried that your furnace isn't going to cut it this winter, I want you to check out my friends at H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. You can trust H&H for a thorough system checkup now before the temps drop even lower. H&H's $59 gas furnace tune-up includes a carbon monoxide safety check. You'll have home comfort and peace of mind. If you need a new system, H&H has rebates of up to $1,500 or 0% financing for 18 months for qualified buyers. That's DelcoHVAC.com to schedule your $59 tune-up now at DelcoHVAC.com.
This is Staples.
So rumor has it that Staples has everything I need to ship.
Mm-hmm. We have all the shipping supplies and services you need.
Boxes?
Yep.
Mailers?
Yeah, and we have UPS here in store.
Huh. What will Staples think of next?
Right?
No, seriously, I'm asking, what will they think of next?
Staples is your one-stop shipping destination. Now get 50% off shipping boxes, mailers, or tubes when you buy 5 of the same item in-store or online with 1-hour pickup. Staples, the best-kept secret in shipping. Ends 12/31. Exclusions apply. Visit staplesconnect.com/shipping for details.
Every drive starts somewhere. For First Trust Bank, our drive started in Philadelphia and continues to this day. As Philly's hometown bank for more than 85 years, we know this city's people. We understand their passions, and we work our tails off to help them reach their goals every day. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank. First Trust Bank, the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. Member FDIC.
Where can you Black Friday even more for even less? Lowe's, actually. Save on a Craftsman 51-piece gunmetal chrome mechanics tool set. Was $94.98, now $49.98. Or a Craftsman 20-volt drill kit, now just $59. And get festive with a Holiday Living 7-foot Lewiston pine pre-lit artificial tree, now only $99. Black Friday is now. Don't miss the deals at Lowe's. Home to any possibility. Offer valid through 11/30. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
BetParks is all about football. The BetParks Sportsbook app hooks you up every weekend with special promos on college football Saturdays and pro football Sundays. Every Saturday, BetParks offers a special half the spread promo on one select college football game, and they cut the spread in half at the same odds. Every Sunday, BetParks presents the double the spread promo on one select pro football game and doubles the spread at the same odds. Check out details at the BetParks app, at BetParks on Twitter, or BetParks.com. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, it's a Tomato Pie Tuesday. And if it's a Tomato Pie Tuesday, it has to mean only one place where you get that tomato pie. And that place in Pennsylvania where the aroma of freshly baked bread that takes you back to a kinder, gentler time still exists. Right there, Corporalee's Bakery and Deli. That's right, Corporalee's Bakery and Deli for Tomato Pie Tuesday. That's right. That time when families still gather together to enjoy traditional recipes, fresh ingredients exists at Corporalee's Bakery and Deli. Since 1924, the Corporalee's family's been sharing their family's favorite foods and flavors with their favorite Philadelphians. Hand-carved deli meats and cheeses, freshly baked breads, rolls, cookies, pies, you name it. Of course, the world-famous Corporalese tomato pie. Corporalese Bakery and Deli has 3 locations. You got Norristown, Limerick, Autobahn, and that's where 4 generations of pride go into everything they make, including stromboli, all kinds of good stuff, all the goodies, specialty cakes. Take yourself back to a better time at Corporalese Bakery and Deli, where nostalgia isn't just a word, it's an ingredient. Learn more, corporalesebakery.com.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, yo, man, we love you. How about that? How about the skip? 12 o'clock across the Delaware Valley, high noon. Lunchtime as we get started. A lot of good stuff. Getting you ready for the that match, which we're looking forward to. And, of course, all your nationalistic pride. So here's what we got so far. If you remember times of USA pride. So we got, in the quest for the top 10, we got the Miracle on Ice, which is the number 1. That's the GOAT, right?
Yeah.
The other hockey was the TJ Oshie. What year was that?
That's a great question. Hold on.
I got to get off that. The other hockey that we have is the Flyers Russia. And where the Flyers had all kinds of USA kind of feel about it. The Dream Team, of course, the 92 Dream Team was the greatest. The Michael Phelps, because you get your Michael Phelps on. Now, do you go Lance Armstrong? Because I got to, after we find out, I got to cross.
You lose that, no.
He's out, right? So I need 5 other instances. Like, I'll give you USA Boxing, which I used to love. But I'm trying to think of the celebrations, like the U.S. celebrations, where we were at. It was all about nationalistic pride.
By the way, the Oshie was 2014 Olympics.
2014
in Sochi.
Yeah,
it was against Russia. And so that adds to it a little bit.
I like that.
If we're coming up with the top 10, I know you don't. They're not as big as the 92 Dream Team, but you got to put was it 08?
Kobe.
Yeah. Bron and Melo.
Yeah. What was that, Redeem Team?
Yeah, the Redeem Team, which there's a documentary coming out on Netflix at some point about that.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm like kind of half out on that.
I'll watch it because there's, Kobe,
the Kobe
there's
piece
interviews
of
Kobe in it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
The Kobe piece, I'm interested, but I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of out on it.
I hear you.
Not like the 92. That, like, you can't replicate that. It comes off of us using all the amateurs and losing, and then, then the boys said enough's enough.
Right.
Like, that was amazing.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's right behind them, but it's got to be in the 10, I would imagine, the Redeem Team.
Is there a better pitch man than Charles? You think back, do you think to all his, everything he's got now? I just saw him do Dick's Sporting Goods.
Nah, he might be number 1. He's on every. Well, Shaq is another guy. He's on.
I go Charles a greater than Shaq.
Oh man, Icy Hot.
The general. He's got Icy Hot.
The general,
and the pizza.
Yeah, is he?
Like, I'm not eating
Papa
Shaq
John's
pizza
or Pizza Hut? I forget which one.
I think he's Papa John's. I'm out.
So he does the pizza. He's on a ton too.
He is, but he's on. Charles got better brands. Although he does the Subway too. I'm out on the Subway.
Charles is a FanDuel man, which I respect.
Is he, or did he switch
with TNT? I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And of course, he does the commercials during the tournament.
Oh, the best, the Capital One.
Yeah.
I love the Capital One.
Those are great.
The Capital One, I'm a big fan of. I don't know why. I'm a big fan of Capital One. You know what it is, too? Like, for the two greatest, it's Capital One Bowl Week.
Yes.
I enjoy, and then the tournament.
Yeah, those are pretty big.
You know, I like it. By the way, I got a yo.
Let me go with this one.
Because we got a yo.
Yo, ma. All right, I got my man, Boss Hardwood Floors, listening to the show right now. Boss Hardwood Floors, LLC. If you need those old ashy or damaged hardwood floors refinished or some new floors, Boss Hardwood Floors.
Okay.
Built on self-success, which is BOSS. My man.
Oh, Jake Massing with another great one that we need in here. As we talk about often, you have to put Rocky Balboa and taking down
Rocky IV?
Yeah, the Cold War himself.
I mean, we can't put fictitious sporting events in there.
No, come on, he's got to be top 10.
What, Tyrone says yes?
He's all by himself, Cold War. That's pretty iconic.
Yeah, you know what? We have always argued this. You and I, brother, have always argued about the merits of 4. I don't see it. I don't get it. I mean, He just
said it's on USA Network.
Is it really?
Yeah.
USA Network.
That's awesome. Oh, man. He climbed that mountain. He escaped a car.
I'm out.
That training montage, it was like 18 minutes long.
Sad day, man. It's Apollo died.
I know, it's sad. But look,
Duke.
He defended his honor.
You know what I mean? I don't know, dude. You know what's great, though? Every once in a while, one pops on.
Yeah, and you watch it.
And I can't turn away from it. I'll tell you, the greatest.
Oh, come on. He goes, I can, because he loses.
You
can't go with that.
Oh, gosh. One is brilliant. One is actually a good movie. It wasn't cartoonish. I mean, when he goes there, listen. When Apollo finds out he's got no opponent, right? And he's in there with Juergens, the promoter, in the office. And he's like, who we got? What about Mac Lee Green? Put on 50 pounds, right? Like, you know, and they go through the list. And then he comes up with the bright idea, no Juergens, because that's very American. No Juergens, it's very smart. And that's the greatest. I mean, come on.
Juergens seemed like a slime ball.
He was.
You know who Juergens reminds me of in another movie? He reminds me of the guy from the Monstars. The dude that leads the Monstars. The big cigar in his mouth.
The Danny DeVito character?
Is that who it is?
Yeah, you're right. I agree with that.
They're very similar.
Juergens, yeah. I agree with that. And then later when they're going through the pay-per-view numbers, and that's when Duke's watching the news.
Yes.
From the icebox with the challenger, Rocky Balboa. Remember that one? She's the greatest. Like Channel 6 Action News. That's the great. That is the best. Thanksgiving. What do you want a bird? Go out in the alley and eat the bird. That was Philadelphia back then, though. They did capture like the feeling of the city.
Yeah.
Like it fit. Like that was the city. Like that corner bar,
right?
With the broken glass, like that. The mirror.
Paulie's trying to fix his hair. He's got like 6 pieces of hair.
You don't have your life. That's one thing. I'm a business owner. You want to take a shot?
I'll take a shot.
I'll take a shot. Uncle Frank, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Uncle Frank.
Hey, happy basking in our 10-1 birds Tuesday, huh?
What do you say, buddy?
All right. My man, it's all good. To quote a Temptation lyric, I live the life I love, and I love the life I live. So that's all. I'm blessed.
Hey, God bless.
Everyone had a great Thanksgiving, I trust?
Yeah.
Swimmingly.
Anthony, in your turkey bowl, did you hand the ball off to the your grunt lineman so he can bask in glory?
Yeah, no, he was actually catching the ball. He looked more like Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, well, look, the girls love the quarterback. the backs and the receivers. So, might have some ups. Andrew, real quick. You sunk my blanket ship. I'm listening to the show, minding my own business. Nice, getting ready for the vault. And then all of a sudden my name comes up, and I get zapped.
You've sunk my blanket ship.
Yeah, right.
What'd you say? That was an Uncle Frank, is
Yeah, it sounds like something he would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, is that I'm Mike Tirico. He went, that sounds more like Uncle Frank.
Well, look, I'm in Andrew's thoughts, so that's special.
That's nice.
So, listen, this is unbelievable this season. It seems so surreal, doesn't it? I was thinking, do we have a mode of transportation to jump on for the birds? I mean, we had the Tunis train. The Cuz cruise was for whom?
It was for the birds.
That was the Eagles.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, that was the Eagles.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, all right,
cool.
So, oh, you're right. Nice. All right, so we're good. In all seriousness, though, lost in all this hoopla, guys, about the birds, they got to get rid of this special teams coach, Clay. I mean, they could very well lose them a game, or he can lose them a game, or God forbid, a game in the play. It's an issue, right? And
yeah, listen, special teams are an issue. I agree.
Proactive about it.
Yeah.
God forbid, in the playoffs. You imagine?
Yeah, no,
So
listen,
anyway,
I hear you. Listen, they got to button it up. Yeah.
Real quick, and then I'll let you go. I think, check me, but it's talking about patriotism. The 76 Olympic boxing, I believe, off the top of my head, I want to say Sugar Ray Leonard won the gold. There was a couple renowned boxers that I remember George Foreman winning the gold, and that was, I don't know, 68.
Sugar Ray, man. That's the greatest.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He was a great pitch man. What did he pitch?
He did a few things.
No, but what are you known for?
Sugar Ray,
It's a soda.
Really?
Yeah.
No, not coming to me.
Sprite.
Sugar Ray? That makes sense.
Yes.
Is that the commercial with the kid?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember we played that one day.
Yeah, I was a big Sugar Ray fan. Thanks, Uncle Frank. When I was a kid, Sugar Ray was in Wildwood on the boardwalk.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So I was like, oh, my God, it's Sugar Ray Leonard. Like, I remember being like, wow. My cousin was like, are you kidding me? So my mother, who goes up to Sugar Ray Leonard, I love you.
That's
awesome. She goes up to him. She loved, because it was his son.
In the commercial.
In the commercial. She goes, I love you with your son. You're a great dad. And right away, he just ate it up.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He's like, can I introduce you to my son and my nephew? They love you.
Oh, that's
like,
awesome.
Sure, yeah.
That's
Sugar
really
Ray,
cool.
baby. Yeah, that was cool.
By the way, good nomination, Michael South on Twitter with USA Women's Soccer. Now, I just don't know which one, because they're dominant, right? They've won multiple times. So I don't know which.
Give a yo to Heather Mitz.
I don't know what the iconic gold medal was. I mean, any gold medal is obviously iconic.
Can I tell you a great story?
We got.
So, this is a great story. So, Heather coaches her son's soccer team. So, one of the kids didn't know who she was.
Okay.
And I think one of the parents didn't know who she was, too, like one of the dads. And she goes, I had to do it. She brought the gold medals to practice. Oh, that's the greatest.
Amazing.
Isn't
What
that
was
awesome?
one of the dads being a JO?
Yeah. Oh, here's my resume right here.
Oh, my God.
And you just go like, hey, boom.
That's awesome.
Here's my gold medals. Take that.
Oh, she's one of my favorite people in the world now.
She's the greatest.
That's
awesome.
incredible.
Yeah.
Holly Ski checks in. There was a Little League World Series team. There was a 30 for 30 on them. I don't know of it. But I'll look it up.
Oh, I'm wrong. It's not Sprite. Thanks, Chef Tino. It's 7-Up.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing, right? 7-Up and Sprite are the same thing. There's no such thing as 7-Up anymore, is there?
I think it's still out there.
Is 7-Up? I can't even
7
tell.
Up's still there.
It still exists?
Yeah.
Really? 7-Up and I thought 7-Up and Sprite's the same thing, no?
It's very similar in taste. It's like Coke and Pepsi.
Okay.
You could taste the difference.
Which one's the Coke? Which one's the Pepsi?
Sprite is Coke, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So 7-Up would be Pepsi.
I didn't even think that's right. It was 7-Up was big back in the day. Like, it was big back in the day. 7-Up used to be bigger than Sprite, cuz.
Yeah, it was, and that's changed.
That's right. Tyrone says it's nobody drinks 7-Up without booze.
That's true. Yeah. So the documentary, the 30 for 30 on the Little League World Series team was called Little Big Men. And it was 1982, a team from Kirkland, Washington.
Okay.
And apparently they kind of stole the hearts of the country because there was a lot going on at the time. American hostages, crippling oil crisis were still fresh. The economic malaise of the late 70s still lingered. And the new president was recovering from an assassination attempt. And then, of course, there was also threats from the Soviet Union. So they kind of took the hearts of the country, and they won.
Oh, wow. Really? Look at that.
So that came in from Holly Ski on Twitter.
Oh, nice, huh? Wow. Oh, my God. So my man Sex says you put 7-Up in wine. Huh. I vaguely kind of, I don't know why. That would be horrible, no?
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. I'm not a big wine guy to begin with, but I would not imagine that's good. Now, of course, the 7 and 7 is a great drink. That was definitely something I would mix up in my parents' basement when I was underage. That's the 7-Up and the Seagram 7 Crown.
Right. Well, it was a 7 and 7, yeah. That was big. That was a big. Yeah, that's what Tyrone was talking about.
In my parents' basement.
Yeah, the 7 and 7. So it was give me 7 and 7.
Right.
I didn't even know what it was. But when you're a teenager trying to sneak, and you go, I'll take a 7 and 7.
One of my buddies got not escorted by security, but escorted by some of my friends at our wedding because he was crushing the 7 and 7.
He was doing the 7 and 7s?
Yeah. And he asked to be taken out. He's like, I don't want to make a fool of myself here.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, but it was only a couple hours into the festivities.
Wow.
Yeah, so he needed assistance to the Uber.
So my boy Ryan says that is called, and Ace just checked in too, that's called a spritzer, where you have the wine and
that
either
makes
7-Up
sense.
or the, what's he say? Either 7-Up or Club. 7 and 7 became popular with Saturday Night Fever. The Ace man says, yes.
Okay. All right.
7 and 7. Now, Ace was a great bartender. Legendary bartender.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. And he served me when I had to be 12. No, 14 at Scruples, which was a club on South Street.
Okay. That's awesome.
They would get rated often. And then later at the G Wiz or Barrett's in Center City on Locust Street, 15th of Locust.
How about Mike Tone? Now we're getting the 7-Up drinks coming in.
Oh, yeah?
Mike Tone, the 007. You go with the Stolio, orange juice, and 7-Up.
Really?
It's called the 007.
How nuts is that? I didn't even realize that 7-Up still existed.
Yeah, I know it's still out there.
I've completely it's off my. You know what it is too? Like that's off my radar. The Sprites, the 7-Ups.
Every once in a while, I can go for a taste of a Sprite, but it's like a while.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't realize that. Lefty likes his spritzers, and Donnie Brasco, Sex says. He had 2-3 wines, too many wines. Bill, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Billy. Oh.
What's going on?
Hey, Bill. What's up, buddy?
Doing well. Look, just real quick about nationalistic pride.
Yes.
You know, it's one thing to talk about a game like the Miracle on Ice. People were looking forward to that. When I think about, U.S. pride and sports, the first thing that comes to mind, and one of the more recent ones, is, the night that, we captured bin Laden. And direct intertwining with the Phillies because, again.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, I just tuned in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a great moment.
It's one thing to look forward to a game, but that was something that nobody knew what was coming. And when it did, it splintered and spiraled out of control. And to have, our team be, I think at the time was like the only game on was the Phillies Mets. And just to have that news breaking, just to see the reactions in the crowd and the chants and everything like that.
Yes.
It's not directly, impacting one of our sports teams, but I think you'd be foolish not to say that's at the top of the list.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm with you. That was an incredible moment. Now, we're talking more about games. That was a moment that transcended everything, as you can well imagine. So we were talking about more about games, and that's why, Miracle on Ice, and because that also had surrounded an event, but also had political ramifications.
Yep, absolutely.
Good stuff, though, brother. Great stuff, man. Thank you, Billy. All right, we'll take a quick TO. We'll come right back. Your calls and Jeff McClain coming up. Talk a little birds. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Cuz Radio with the Tunis right here, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, speaking of wine, it's a great wine. I mean, it's a tremendous wine. Is Baroni Fini Wines. Now, Baroni Fini Wines, they're right at the foot of the Italian Alps, right in northern Italy. This is incredible. The Pinot Grigio is ridiculous, and we're going to be all having some at our 7th annual Feast of the Seven Fishes. It's back. It's going to be the best one yet, and thanks to our friends at Baroni Fini Wines, it's Wednesday, December 7th. So a week from Wednesday, we're going to be back at River Winds Restaurant in West Deptford. Beautiful view of the waterfront. It's a great time to reflect on the year, celebrate with all of our sports, birds, everything that's going on, and celebrate the great fans of Philadelphia. I hope you can join us. Together, we'll enjoy a fabulous Seven Fishes luncheon paired with delicious Italian wine provided by Baroni Fini. This year's menu, you ready? Tunis, it's going to be awesome. Oysters, shrimp cocktail, fried calamari, seared ahi tuna, of course, pasta with fresh crab in honor of my mother's recipe. We're going to have a beautiful wine tasting hosted by Baroni Fini, and we'll be giving away great prizes, including Sixers tickets, Flyers tickets. It's going to be a blast. Tickets just $64 per person, all inclusive. I mean, you get that whole menu and you get all the wine. It's great, great, great time. All right, space is limited, so you got to call River Winds Restaurant to get your ticket. All right, details, visit our events page, 97.5thefanatic.com. The 7th annual Feast of the Seven Fishes, presented by Baroni Fini Wine.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers with the dub. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Live Casino and Hotel. Watch all the games on over 20 TVs and with over 30 betting kiosks. It's easy to get in on all the action with America's #1 sportsbook. You got to be 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. These Sixers hosted the Hawks last night and won 104-101. So back-to-back wins on back-to-backs for the Sixers. Joel Embiid, he came back after getting his ankle rolled on. He finished with 38-7, so he led the way for the Sixers. Tobias Harris had a double-double. Doc Rivers will join the Cuz coming up at 1 o'clock. The Sixers now 12-9 on the season. Eagles, of course, 10-1. Jeff McClain joins the show next. This update is also brought to you by the Empire State Building. Immerse yourself in an authentic New York experience at the Empire State Building Observatory. Get your tickets at empirestatebuilding.com/radio. Open daily. Reservations required. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Anthony Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
This is Brad Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.5 The Fanatic. Brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use the promo code FANATIC when using the DraftKings app.
Philadelphia Flyers, 7th of the Metro Division with 19 points at a negative 21 goal differential. They're $1.50 dog today at home against the New York Islanders. Islanders at $1.70 favorite. They've won 4 straight, currently 15-8 with 30 points. Second place of the Metro Division with a plus 18 goal differential. Eagles at home with the Tennessee Titans on Sunday. The Eagles bet down from a 6.5 to a 5.5 point favorite at Lincoln Financial Field, where the total is 44.5. Philadelphia 76ers closed as a 2-point favorite last night and beat Atlanta by 3, 104-101. 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Enter the promo code VSIN at checkout. Receive an additional $30 off. Mike Sennett, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Did you know that rural counties in the United States have a lower incidence of cancer but higher death rates? Or that black men are 90% more likely to die from prostate cancer compared to white men? Or that Hispanic patients have more than double the mortality rate for liver cancer compared to white patients? It's John Kincaid for the American Association for Cancer Research. And as many of you know, as a 2-time cancer survivor, I'm here thanks to the latest treatments and amazing doctors and have been cancer-free for 24 years. Unfortunately, not everyone has the same access to great care that I did. That's why the members of the American Association for Cancer Research work endless hours to change these numbers. The AACR is the official charity of the John Kincaid Show, and right now, they need your help. They want to continue life-saving research. Donate now, and we'll triple your gift. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR to help us defeat cancer. That's 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR.
Attention passengers, this is your pilot speaking. Looks like we're going to have to land immediately. And hurry to the Xfinity Black Friday sale. New Xfinity customers can get the ultimate streamer setup with fast, reliable internet and unlimited data included. Plus, now through December 5th, get HBO Max included for 1 year. And when you add Xfinity Mobile, you'll get the fastest mobile service with 5G and millions of Wi-Fi hotspots. You'll save hundreds with the best price for 2 lines of unlimited. And for a limited time, learn how you can get $500 off an eligible 5G phone. Flight attendants, prepare for big savings.
Drop everything and get to the Xfinity Black Friday sale. To learn more, visit Xfinity.com or come see how our Switch Squad can help you switch and save at your nearest Xfinity store today. Restrictions apply. Ad-supported plan of HBO Max. Phone promo ends 12/6/22. Xfinity Internet required. Compares 5G pricing plans of top 3 carriers. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage. Data thresholds may vary.
Kids, KARS Cards for Kids, 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hi, I'm Adam Flager. At Flager & Associates, we've specialized in personal injury cases for more than 30 years. Experience matters, and we have it. In fact, other lawyers refer their injury cases to us. Insurance companies respect us and know we're committed to getting top dollar for every client, no matter what it takes. Our clients can put their energy into getting well again while we handle the rest. Have you been injured? Call for a free case evaluation. 215-953-5200 or visit flagerlaw.com. That's FLAGERLAW.com.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing: the temperature. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars. With special financing offers on a high-efficiency heating and cooling system, including Trane's whole house air filtration system, you'll get even, consistent heat and breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the whipped cream and the cherry on top. It's like a little bow on top of this great present of peppermint chip goodness. It tastes like the holidays.
Hey, my name is Chandler, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. For me, no milkshake is topping the peppermint chip milkshake.
Order a Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you 24/7 with supplies and solutions for every industry and access to product specialists ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Racing hot rods this year. The Hess truck's here.
A flatbed truck with lights, sounds, and 2 racing hot rods. Get it now at HessToyTruck.com with free shipping and batteries.
It's time to buy during Jeff D'Ambrosio Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram's biggest 2022 leftover sale in history. If you want it for less, you've got to see Jeff. Visit GoJeffAuto.com.
Oh, let's talk about the Bet Parks app. In fact, right now they got specials. You could bet on Team USA to win. You get $25 per goal. There's all kinds of fun stuff that they have in the Bet Parks app. Always all kinds of odds promotions and odds boosts and all kinds of good stuff, like fun stuff. And listen, they're the hometown sportsbook app. So they do a lot with the Sixers, a lot with the Eagles. Like, that's where it's a lot of fun. And they'll push up some of the odds and all the boosts. And you got to check it out. The Bet Parks app has everything you want, man. They got all, like, you want a same game parlay with Team USA? You got it, right? You want the Sixers, all the NBA stuff. You want all the NFL, college football. It's all right there in your fingertips on the Bet Parks app. Go to betparks.com for all the details. In fact, right now, you can get up to $750 in sportsbook bonus if your first bet's not a winner. The betparks.com has all the details. You got to check it all out. Right there, the Bet Parks app. Got to be 21 in PA or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
On 97.5 The Fanatic.
Oh, welcome back. Cuz ready with the Tunis as we hang out on a World Cup Tuesday. USA, Iran, and all things. We're talking about our nationalistic pride. One of the great moments, and my man Sags nails it, which is really cool, along with West Virginia Rick, and that is Jesse Owens sticking it right to Hitler. That's an incredible USA moment.
Yeah, that's a good story.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
Jesse Owens. It was fantastic. All right, but one thing we're doing is we're reflecting on 10-1. 10-1. Think about that for a second. So we reflect on the birds and the talk birds like he does with us every Tuesday. Always look forward to it. He does such a great job covering the Eagles for the Inquirer, Inquirer.com. Jeff McClain. Jeffrey.
All right, Anthony, what's up?
10-1. All right, but before we get to that, because I want to reflect on this a bit, because that's an incredible record. We did get some bad news. Eagles got some bad news today when it comes to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the lacerated kidney. What do you know about, like, the length of time? And they say he will be back. Is that correct?
Yes, it sounds like he'll be back, but before the end of the season. Eagles haven't decided yet on whether they're going to place him on IR. Of course, if he goes on IR, that means he's out for 4 games, and that means he won't be back until, at the very earliest, January 1st against the Saints. So it could be a little bit while. The Eagles had Zach Ertz suffer a similar injury, the lacerated kidney in 2019. That was also with
that's right.
Fractured
yeah.
rib. He missed a game and came back for the playoff game, different circumstances, and he actually did so, I think, against the advice of some people close to him, which shows you tells you a lot about Zach Ertz's heart.
Yeah.
But they don't really have to. This is different, and they don't have to really rush CJ back under these circumstances. So my guess is probably it's going to be between 3 or 4 weeks, or maybe a best case scenario 2, because I think that's why they're not sure about IR. If it's if you're going to lean towards 4, then you put him on IR. If you think that he can get back earlier, then you're looking at 2 or 3.
Yeah, he's been such a valuable, what a player, man. He's been terrific for them all season long. So you got to make sure he's right for the playoffs.
Yeah, look, you have to, at this point, I mean, the Eagles could technically clinch a playoff berth this weekend. A lot of things have to happen for that to happen. But we're getting to the point where they're going to be clinching it. And then, yeah, there's a lot at stake. You want to get that number one seed, absolutely. But you can't, do that at the expense of certain players' health. And CJ has been a valuable addition to that safety group. Certainly 6 interceptions, still leads the NFL. And he's gotten more comfortable. I mean, there were some struggles there in the first month as he was getting used to playing a new position, or at least a position that he hadn't played since college, and new scheme. And you saw some mistakes here and there, but I've seen a more comfortable player in that position.
Just curious, Jeff, because we were talking about this earlier. You know what's amazing is that they get him, they get A.J. Brown. I mean, those two trades were incredible. I mean, I don't even know why. Like, I'm still trying to figure out why Tennessee wanted to do that. And why the Saints? I know it's about contracts, but why wouldn't you want to lock up young players like that?
Yeah. And not just that, why weren't other teams kind of thinking this on the same page as the Eagles? And
yeah,
not everybody needs certain positions, and not everybody has whatever cap space. Not everyone's situations are the same. The AJ one to me was that's been among Howie's best moves that he's ever made, because it really addressed the need, and he was playing for the future. I mean, for the present.
Yeah.
He wasn't this is a strong. Yeah, the guy I guess they could have taken, Tennessee took, and he looks pretty good. Is Traylon Burks. Who was hurt early in the season, but now he's coming. Yeah,
a couple of decent games.
Is he quite what AJ is at his career? No, and that's hurt them. If you look at what's happening in Tennessee, and
everybody wants to bust Ryan Tannehill's chops, but listen, you take AJ Brown away from him. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, who else does he have to throw to? Now that was before Burks got hurt, and now that he's there, they've been a little bit better through the air. Yeah, I mean, why didn't teams that had were under the same circumstances as the Eagles, why didn't they think about doing the A.J. Brown trade? So yeah, I mean, these are two good moves that Howie's made. I think we've talked about this. A lot of the moves that he's made so far have come up basis.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm like supremely impressed at how this. I mean, 10-1. I mean, when you take a step back and reflect, it's really impressive. I mean, it's funny because I thought Sunday might be a little bit of a sweat, especially since Green Bay, that was their season right there. And, before the rib injury, Rodgers was playing pretty well. And, they're up to every challenge. And when you're racking up 350 yards on the ground, I mean, that's incredible. I mean, they're jumping on you first quarter. And Jalen, jeez, Jeff, we've been doing this a long time. The thing about him, he's so sturdy. Like, we were talking about, taking hits, and you never want to see your quarterback take hits. But there's something about how sturdy he is and how strong he is. We talk about the legs and the squats. But man, he's like that's unbelievable. It's so, and especially when the weather gets cold, when you're looking at January, they're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of what I wrote about off the game, was just how multifaceted this offense is. And, I even asked Jason Kelsey, is this the most multifaceted offense you played in here in Philadelphia? And he said, yeah, probably. And we're talking about 2017. We're talking about 2013. We're talking about some pretty good offenses. Andy Reid, obviously, he played under. It was the latter Andy Reid years, but you still had explosive type offenses and a lot of weapons. And, Jalen is the X factor. I mean, because he gives you that +1 in the run game, but also he's been doing it through the air and making very smart passes. He made a couple of elite throws on Sunday.
Yeah, the back shoulder throw to Quez was beautiful. Perfect.
I was almost even more impressed by the 3rd and 12 throw to Devontae.
Yeah.
Which was like a real tight window throw.
Yeah.
And under those circumstances, do you do that because you're up and field goal was fine?
Yeah.
And that was not a game, again, you didn't have to really throw it much because you had so much success on the ground. And, that's that they spent a lot of the offseason trying to be more balanced because last year it was just so run heavy, and you saw what happened in the playoff game. They just took it away, and there's not as much you can do in the run that you can do in the pass, and they knew that and it's not just about run or pass; it's about the variety within both of those disciplines, and they can go RPO, they can go zone read in terms of the run game, they can go power, they can go outside zone. Jeff Stoutland, who's the run game coordinator, can tweak it up and throw wrinkles into that run game and make it diverse. So you have a lot of different elements to the run game, and then the pass game you can go with Dallas, or you can go heavy on the outside, or you can attack a lot of different coverages with what they have installed. And so it's the diversity and versatility of that offense that makes it so dangerous for defenses week in and week out. Now they had a little bit of a lull there, but that's going to happen as teams catch up in some ways. But the Eagles, they had the lull last week. No Dallas Green. They were trying to adjust to that, and then a week later they come back and bang, 363 yards on the ground. It's not a great defense. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this was a great defense they're playing.
No, but still, those numbers, they're gaudy numbers. Against, I don't care who they're against. Yeah.
Exactly. They're doing it. You're putting up those types of numbers. This is a good offense. And this is a Super Bowl caliber offense. Now, the other two areas, that could be the issue. And can they compensate for that? That'll be the issue moving forward. But right now, 10-1. I don't think any of us saw those coming.
Yeah, I keep going back to it, and I agree with you. This offense is just a legitimate offense. Now, those other two things. Let's talk about the special teams because, man, it's just getting worse every week, and it's to the point where I know that was a big topic of discussion yesterday with Nick. But my God, the coverage units are horrible.
Yeah, it was a topic with Nick, and he said that when it's been this bad, everything's on the table. So now I don't think firing Michael Clay's on the table. I don't think you can't make wholesale personnel changes, but you can do things here and there. And one of them is to maybe just start taking some of the starters and putting them out there because on special teams, it's not really a huge scheme thing. Yes, you have to teach technique to these guys, and you have to tell them how to run in their lanes and how to, et cetera. But to me, it's a little more personnel, and they've gone a little light in the special teams personnel department because they've gone stronger in getting guys out there on offense and defense. So you're going to have to give a little bit. You're stressing your special teams a little bit when you do that. But at some point, you may have to say, hey, starting linebacker, starting safety, starting whatever. You got to get out there and play. Give us a few reps here because these young guys, and they have a lot of young guys out in these coverage units and the punt and kickoff units that have never done it before or haven't done it at this level. And I think that's where you're seeing some of the issues in terms of the execution.
Talking to Jeff McClain on the Comcast Business Hotline. Does such a great job covering the birds for the Inquirer, Inquirer.com. Jeff, just curious, I had a caller yesterday bring up Nakobe Dean. What are you hearing about Nakobe Dean? And in fact, he was on this morning with John Kincaid, and I'm just curious about when you think you get a glimpse of him.
Yeah, I've talked to Nakobe a few times. He's very patient, wants to play, obviously. Has he really stood out in special teams?
Right.
So, I thought he was actually one of the better performers in special teams Sunday. But it's not like you're thinking, oh, now special teams is this different thing than playing defense. And I'm not saying he can't play on defense, et cetera, but you're not taking TJ Edwards out.
Right.
And
he's your White.
He's your Mike, and he's played well. He's played well. And, Kaiser got off to kind of a hot start. I do feel like there are times where defenses go at him.
Uh-huh.
And
he's a little lighter. He's on the lighter side. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's, and certainly in the run game, he's a good cover linebacker.
Yeah.
So maybe there's an opportunity to find a package or, give Dean a taste here and there. But it's not like the defense has been a complete wreck. And so I don't know if it's something you even want to consider because it's not like you're 10-1. do you want to make these wholesale changes when I don't, or even at one position? And I just don't think that's necessary. And I don't think. And they're around him a lot more than I am, right? They know what his strengths and weaknesses are more than we do. And I'm not hearing anything that's saying, oh, this is something that could happen. And now next year, Kaiser and Edwards, they're in the roommate last year. Their contracts, they're not bringing both of those guys back.
Right.
So okay, then you'll see maybe TJ come back and Dean's the weak side guy.
Yeah, I could see the same thing. That's kind of what we were talking about. That now something. Now it's interesting because we talked about the special teams. How concerned are you with the defense that, at some point you're going to get the big boy back, so you'll be able to get him back for at least the Dallas game, right? You expect him sooner?
Yeah, no, I think there's a possibility he plays this Sunday.
You think Jordan Davis plays Sunday against Tennessee? Wow.
I don't know. I think there's a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I've heard them be very positive, kind of behind the scenes on his recovery, but it may take a little bit to get that. Running.
You got to get the wind going. You got to get back into shape. That whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you want him there. The run defense was better against the Colts with Linval Joseph in there than it was previously with other spot guys that you had at that nose tackle spot. Not as good this past game. I don't think Joseph or Sue played particularly well against the run. And Sue's more of a pass rusher at this point in his career, or at least a guy who can move that pocket. And there are a couple things I thought schematically or technique-wise that he didn't, in that big touchdown run by A.J. Dillon. I think that was Sue. That was a lot of that had to do with Sue and how he played that. So, yeah, you're worried. Look, again, Jonathan's defense is obviously I know it's aesthetically not pleasing to a lot of people here in Philadelphia, but it's about keeping the ball in front of you. It's about, if you're going to lean one way, you're going to lean on stopping the pass and explosive plays versus the run. You'll give a little bit there. So I don't think you're ever going to see kind of a smash mouth dominating run defense from Jonathan or from this team. But that being said, overall, it's been a productive defense for the most part. And they are getting to the quarterback. They already have 35 sacks this season. They only had 30 last year. So there's an improvement there. They're getting a lot more turnovers, way more turnovers than they got.
Yeah, well, they didn't get any last year. Yeah.
Right. So you're seeing those splash plays that you didn't see as much last year from a defense that is certainly upgraded in terms of personnel. But I think, having James Bradbury there really helped Jonathan in terms of what to do schematically. I know you probably think a little different than I do in terms of Jonathan's performance this year.
I just don't think it matches their offense. Again, I think your defense has to complement your offense. And if I had that offense, I would certainly play it differently. Like the worst thing you could do is keep that offense on the sidelines.
Right, and that was an issue against Washington. But I think they believe that they typically, under normal circumstances, can be the team that can control the clock too as well. That was, there were a lot of things that offensively in that game, but 3 turnovers, 2 of them were kind of fluky. It was. Yeah, but
it doesn't erase the fact that they were on the sidelines for way too many plays, 10 plays, 12 plays, 14 plays, these long drives. That was bad. It was bad coaching. You said it. You called a bad game.
Yeah, it was not. He did not call a good game there. But I think what they look at is like, okay, that was a perfect storm of what can happen. We haven't seen it otherwise. But yes, you do have to be wary of that. You can't allow this Tennessee team. Derrick Henry got kind of limited last week, but he also damaged the damage in the passing game. So it's not like if you focus on stopping him and the run game, you can't worry about him in terms of what he can do as a receiver. Although that's not really been the strength of his game.
I'll tell you when you're going to get tested. If you played San Francisco in the playoffs.
Well, if you're looking down the road.
That's where this defense, I'll hold my breath.
D'Amico Ryan's done offensively in terms of what they do. Yeah, that to me is not a stylistically or at least in schematic matchup the Eagles will probably be favored in.
No. I agree. That's why I don't want.
Certainly their defense.
I like to avoid them. Now Dallas is going to be interesting, but I think they can match up against Dallas.
Yeah. Well, they beat them last time. I know it wasn't Dak. But
That's a big deal. Yeah,
it was a big deal. No, but Cooper was playing okay coming into that game. He didn't play well.
He's a rag arm, though. I'm curious to see how they're going to play. They'll have balance with Prescott, so that's kind of. And to me, that's the only two teams that really, we've talked about this a number of times, that really will give him any kind of fight, I think.
Yeah, if you play your game against those other teams, I think I said that I thought they'd go 6-3. That there might be like the loss at Dallas or some other game, and then maybe that last game they rest if they have the number 1 seed wrapped up. But they only have a 1-game lead on the Vikings. Now they have the head-to-head too with them, so if they finish the same record, they'll get that number 1 seed. So that's huge. And then I guess the next team would be the Cowboys at 8-3. So
and that game, that Christmas Eve day game, is going to be a big deal.
Oh yeah, unless they move to Christmas night.
Oh man, they're going to flex that? Wow.
I mean, I get mixed messages on whether they can do that or not. But right now, that game is, I think, the Bucks versus the Saints.
Wow.
Does anyone see that game?
Nobody wants to watch that. You put Eagles Cowboys.
The numbers of the Eagles Cowboys.
Christmas nights.
It would be like.
Oh my God! Merry Christmas, Philadelphia, all over again. My God.
Yeah. I mean, don't quote me on that. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised to see it.
All right. I'm going to keep an eye out. And if it happens, you get all the props. Listen, Jeff, great stuff, brother. We love you, man. Thanks, buddy.
All right, Anthony. Talk to you soon.
See you, pal. Jeff McClain, Inquirer.com on the Comcast Business Hotline. Can you imagine that? Eagles, Cowboys, Christmas night?
Time for bed, Cooper.
We'd have a double-dip Sixers.
Wow, that's right.
Eagles, Christmas Day.
Dude.
Ho, ho, ho.
You hit the double parlay. Pay for the gifts.
We still got an hour to hang, so don't go anywhere. And coming up, we'll talk a little Sixers basketball with Doc Rivers and the resurgent Sixers, even despite all the injuries. It's Cuz Radio with the Tunis right here, 97.5 The Fanatic. Listen, let's talk about NJ Diet for a second, because losing weight not only helps your overall health, but research shows that it can help you in many different areas like testosterone levels. And testosterone levels, it can increase them, which can then resolve issues like ED and low libido. With NJ Diet, it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds. Weight loss is contractually guaranteed. NJ Diet uses your hair, saliva, blood work to personalize natural formulas and supplements where the side effect is weight loss. Lose 20 to 40-plus pounds guaranteed. The NJ Diet is all natural. No shots, no hormones, no counting points, no prepackaged foods. Ew. No surgery. Schedule an initial consult at one of their convenient locations. You got Cherry Hill, King of Prussia, Newark, Delaware, or from the comfort of your home. You got live online video consultations. No matter how much weight you need to lose, NJ Diet is for you. Don't wait for your doctor to give you bad news and you try to figure it out. Stay ahead of your health. Call 855-5NJ-DIET, 855-5NJ-DIET, or go to NJDiet.com. That's NJDiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Nice night for the Sixers. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Chickies and Pizza in Malvern. Grab lunch with the cousin, myself, the Chunas, this and every Friday at Chickies and Pizza in Malvern as we get you set for the Birds game. That's Chickies and Pizza this Friday for lunch with the cousin, myself, the Chunas. The Sixers the win last night over the Hawks. They won both games with their back-to-back. They beat the Hawks last night 104-101. Joel Embiid back after having his ankle rolled on, and he came up in a big way. 30 points, 8 boards, 7 assists. Tobias Harris with a double-double. Sixers now all of a sudden 12-9 on the season. The head coach, Doc Rivers, joins the show next at 1 o'clock. This update is also brought to us by, of course, our friends at Jefferson Health. You have a lot on your to-do list, but don't overlook the most important item, your health. The steps to take today are your first steps to healthier tomorrow. Call Jefferson Health at 1-800-JEFF-NOW. That's 1-800-JEFF-NOW. I'm Andrew Salchunas. This is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Is the Cuz. Anthony Gargano. Weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
If you run a small business, you need the most from every investment. That's why Comcast Business gives you more. Like more innovation with our new gig speed Wi-Fi, plus unlimited data. More speed from the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. And more savings, up to 60% a year with Comcast Business Mobile. All from the company that powers more businesses than any other provider. When you need more, you need Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast, reliable internet for only $49 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, take advantage of our special holiday offer by December 4th and ask how to get up to a $750 prepaid card with a qualifying bundle. Ends 1/1/2023. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. And subject to change.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hi, I'm Steven Singer. Yep, that's me, the I Hate Steven Singer guy. People ask, what does this mean, I hate Steven Singer? Well, most other jewelers love to sell diamond studs that are cheap. They have a name for it, frozen spit. I'm serious. That's what other jewelers call their own products, frozen spit. Can you imagine buying a cloudy diamond that's milky color? Oh my, buy real diamonds from a real jeweler. Steven Singer Jewelers, who backs up every diamond with a real lifetime full trade-in value. The best money-back guarantee in the business. Here's why. Other jewelers hate our beautiful Anita diamond studs because ours are 100% eye flawless and near colorless. Beautiful stuff. They come complete with our 14-karat safety silicone backs, so she never has to worry about losing them or outgrowing them because our diamonds are such nice quality that we offer everyone a lifetime upgrade. You can trade in your Anita diamond studs and get exactly what you paid for them. I wish I could trade in my old iPhone and get what I paid. Visit me, the real Steven Singer, at the other corner of 8th and Walnut or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. One place, one price.
Hey, it's Cuz. I hate to say it, but winter's coming. So don't worry. Do what I did and be prepared with an Aaron's, the king of snow. Every Aaron's two-stage snow throw is handcrafted in the USA with powerful engines that won't bog down in any condition. I love my Aaron's snow thrower, especially when I need it most to get me cleared out and on the road fast. Aaron's builds the toughest machines for the worst conditions with a model to fit every need. Throw back when old man winter dishes out with an Aaron's, the king of snow. Visit your local independent Aaron's dealer today.
There's only one thing better than watching really tall men in big baggy shorts running, bouncing, and shooting, and that's the after party at Delilah's. Just show your ticket stub for free admission. You'll be surrounded by outstanding food and the world's most beautiful showgirls, and not one of them will be wearing big baggy shorts, at least not for long. After the game, come play at Delilah's, the Gentleman's Club and Steakhouse, just off Delaware Avenue and just out of this world. Delilah's, voted America's #1 gentleman's club. Delilah's, always on top. Get all the details now at delilahs.com.
Anywhere fans go to cheer on their team, there are behind-the-scenes MVPs, ensuring everything is game day ready. We see you, Joe, fixing seats so every fan can enjoy every game. And Allie, who keeps her stadium running smoothly from the moment the first game starts to the last play of the season. At Grainger, you're our MVPs, and we're always here for you with supplies and solutions for every industry and 24/7 customer support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Today on Fox. Wow! Oh my goodness! The Stars and Stripes must come out strong in a huge World Cup group stage clash.
And he just rifles this home.
Christian Pulisic once again leads the U.S. Young Guns.
And that is magnificent!
As they take the field for a crucial showdown against Iran.
A moment of magic!
USA, Iran. Coverage begins today at 1 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
No firm in Philly has been helping injured workers longer than Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Schedule a free consultation at paworkinjury.com. With offices in Center City, Bristol, Malvern, Allentown, Reading, Sunbury, and Harrisburg, our attorneys are ready to listen and get you the justice you deserve. When you or a loved one is hurt on the job, you deserve the best. A firm that has been around longer than any other. paworkinjury.com. Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers.
What's up, guys? Andrew, world's biggest soccer tournament is back, and FanDuel, in partnership with Valley Forge, wants you to get in on all the action when America takes the pitch, because when you bet on Team USA in group play, all customers get free bets back if they don't win. All tournament long, FanDuel has all of your favorite bet types, including some that are exclusive to soccer, like the corner kicks, right? It's really cool. You can bet that. Plus, just like any other sport, you can combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payday with the same game parlay. However you want to play it, be sure to back the red, white, and blue today. I know I will, because all customers get free bets back if Team USA doesn't win. Just sign up with promo code FANATIC. That's all you got to do. If you don't already have an account, that's promo code FANATIC, and make every moment more with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. You got to be 21 plus and present in PA. Refund issues non-withdrawable. Free bets expire 7 days after receipt. Max free bet ranging from $5 to $100. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
All right, it's 1 o'clock across the Delaware Valley. And you know what? I want to get into some Sixer talk. Because look, lo and behold, 12-9. Joe comes back last night. And, man, I just love watching him play like that. I just love watching him dominate. And that was a really good win against a tough Hawks team. Your backcourt's depleted, and you got to go up against those two monsters, right? Like, you got to deal with Trae Young, right? You got to deal with Murray. That's a big deal. That's a good win last night. And joining us to talk about it is the coach of the Sixers, Doc Rivers. Doc, what do you say, man?
How are you? How are you doing?
Good, buddy. I mean, listen, that was a good win last night.
Yeah, it was. It really was. You know, both teams are on a back-to-back, obviously, and, you know, just with us with all the injuries and still winning games. You know, winning the game, if you took the three best players or three best scorers off of any team and you kept winning, that says a lot about our team, says a lot about our character. And then last night, like, we needed Joel. It was huge for him to come back last night, and then perform the way he performed in the fourth quarter was huge for us.
You know, and there's been now he had the monster night, which was ridiculous, the 59 night, and he's been in the fourth quarter finishing games. It feels like it's been working. It feels like fourth quarter. He's getting he's feeling good about himself.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. When I first took this job, one of the first things I told Joel is our big step is you becoming a closer at the end of games. And it's gonna take a while. We gotta find the right spot for you. You gotta get comfortable in it. You gotta develop go-to moves. And if you've looked from 2 years ago to now, and this is the biggest part this year, you can see it. He's closing games. He's getting to the spot that he wants to get to. He's picking to drive, shoot, post. He's making plays with the pass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what closers do. And, you know, we forget how young he is still and had to learn that. And now he's doing it. That's going to be huge for us. It's big for us now, but it'll be huge for us later.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember hearing a story about, you know, you were talking about the spot on the floor, like that, you know, free throw line extended, where it's like one dribble, boom, rise up, and that's money for you all day. And that was one of the spots that you're like, listen, you can do this because you can get this shot all the time, and that's something you'll knock down.
Yeah, and it's got to be, you know, he's done it with work, but. You know, if you look at all the great closers, I always talk about closers. You know, in any business, you send a closer in to close the deal, right? Same thing in sports. They know exactly what they want, and that takes some developing. And now you can see Joel is so comfortable there. Even when he misses it, he got his shot, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I have this argument all the time with people because their idea of a closer is always face the basket, right? It's always like a wing player who's, obviously a 2 or 3 that can face the basket, can break down a defender, and not a big. And, people still look at Joe as not a guy who's a face the basket guy when that's really what he is. He's every bit of face the basket. And look, Giannis he's a little smaller, but he's a face the basket guy too.
Well, at the end of the game, everyone has to be. Like we get Joel on the post. We had him on the post a bunch last night. We get him behind the 3 a couple times. But down the stretch of a game, the most important shot is the in between jump shot. The shot that in some ways is dead in our league.
Yeah.
Until you need a basket. And so that's the shot that you have to face the basket and see where all the defenses are coming from.
And you brought up a great point, too, because he's breaking down his man better, cleaner. He's cleaner with his passes. Like, you look at his vision. He's always had good vision, but now he's clean. He's much cleaner now, which makes you dangerous. And, let's face it, until we get Harden back and, we get Tyrese back, he's going to have to shoulder that load.
Yeah, he is, but I think the other guys have showed that they could score. And if we play the right way, if we play with the right movement. What I loved about Joel last night, he saw how the team was moving the ball and playing at a really good pace. And last night, you could see from the beginning, this is going to be a slugfest, but what Joel tried to do is get everybody involved.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in the middle of the first quarter, hey, I know what you're doing, but it's all right for you to get involved too, big fella. We need both.
He had 7 dimes last night.
Yeah, he did, and he was really focused on getting Shake going, keeping Tobias going, because he knows the better that they play, the easier it is for him.
Doc, I think about Tobias. He's so vital to this thing. Like, if you can get consistent scoring out of him, where it's not just one half, where you can get, because he can get those shots. I was wondering. I'm glad that we got you today, because I was wondering about the front court. If those guys will fit all the time together. And look at last night with Joe, Tobias, and Tucker. It looked good last night. When early on I was wondering about it, like, do you need to break them up a little bit? Like, especially with Harden, because you're so deliberate. How do you kind of mesh with those guys, right? Like, how do you? It's almost like a science experiment.
Yeah, well, you do break them up, and each night's a different night. You play certain teams that have
matchups,
backcourt, or you start the 3. You have a smaller team. You start them to see if you can dominate on the glass, and then you take one of Tobias or PJ out and you put in a guard. So it's easy to match up and change, but there's nights where you need that size. Last night was one of them. Milwaukee was one of them. Brooklyn was one of them. You just, in all the good teams, for the most part, you're going to need size. I mean, can you imagine us playing 3 guards against Boston?
No,
with Tatum? And,
you can't match up.
There's just nights that you need the size. And, Tuck has not made shots, and he hasn't gotten a lot of shots either. And that's one of the things I tell our guys. You can pass it to him in the corner. He's wide open, and he's a 40% shooter. But in the meantime, what Tuck is doing with his defense and just his leadership has been unbelievable for us.
I like too. I love that Melton, man. He's a good ball player, man. He really he does all those little things. He's tough. That was a really good addition. It's kind of what I thought he was at Memphis, and watching him up close, I love that kid, man. He's a winner.
Yeah, it's funny. You don't know a guy. I love them. I've loved him. We wanted to draft him when I was with the Clippers, and I don't know who moved in front of us. Someone moved in front of us, a pick in front of us, and grabbed him. He has these long arms, Inspector Gadget. That's what a lot of the guys call him. And he makes plays that you don't think he can make. What I think he has shown me is that he's a way better shooter. I knew he was a good shooter. He's a way better shooter than even I anticipated. And even though we all knew he was a great defensive player, he's better than that. And so he's been great for us.
How important, in your mind, with this stretch where you're without, up until last night, you're without the big 3, these other guys, and kind of looking toward the future, with roles for them. Like, it's funny. Like, I'm looking at Niang. Since he's in shape, he's played well. He's not just been, the guy that can shoot threes. He's been active. He's been better defensively since he got into really good shape. So I'm kind of curious, like, in your mind, what this stretch does for, like, say, the spring.
Well, first of all, I hope George is not listening to this because you're talking about his conditioning. We kill him every day as a joke. So he's going to be very happy to hear that. I will say that. He's clutch. He's a guy. You need guys in big games that are just not scared. And George is never scared. You leave him open, he's taking the shot. And I love guys like that. All of our role players, Shake is starting to play well. Ferk is playing well. Paul Reed is playing well. Trez is playing well. So we got a lot of guys who are playing well. They're making a case for minutes, which is great. And they're going to establish our second unit. They're proving right now that they can be a second unit without any of the big three on the floor. Mm-hmm. But obviously it helps to have one of those guys on the floor.
One of the things I was just curious, when James comes back and you got Maxey, how does that work for long stretches when Tyrese wants to go, right? Like, he's just ready to go. Is it better to straddle him at times? Never. Just throw the ball ahead. What we have, if you watch not the first Orlando game, the second Orlando game, we were the old fast break Knicks, Celtics, whatever, where the ball didn't touch. Most of our breaks came from the pass ahead. And that's what we tried to teach in training camp that we didn't get out when we first started, and that's what we have to keep doing. If you can throw the ball ahead to Shea, to Tyrese Maxey, to Tobias Harris in the open court, we can get easy baskets. We can score. And then if it's not there, then you bring it back to James and to Joel, and then you score the traditional way. But we have to have both things to be a good basketball team, and that's what we're working on. Yeah, that's interesting. It is, because I was always curious to see how you integrate, especially because Tyrese is so different than when you have Harden, Embiid, Tobias, and Tucker, that deliberate style. Then you got Maxey. So it's kind of interesting because he can leak out and you could do some things there. Because those easy buckets, it also gives the big man a breather. Yeah, and you just got to have them. You have to. You got to get easy buckets. You got to get easy threes, easy basket attacks. The game's hard enough. And when you slow the game down, the NBA gets very big, if you know what I'm saying, very physical. And so you have to get easy baskets. You have to look for them on every opportunity. How you feel? Like, this stretch, is it different for you when you're coaching at this kind of, these kinds of this situation? Because, losing your big three this early, and, people start to look, and you look at a record, all of a sudden, you're 12-9. That's impressive. Yeah, I think what we've done is very impressive. But, coach is always thinking ahead and looking where we can go. I just love where we can be, what we can be. We're not that yet. But you can see the pieces starting to fall in place. Getting Joel back and kind of establishing the style of play that we want to play at. Hopefully getting probably James back, hopefully on this trip would be great. And then Tyrese will be the last piece. But it's more important as the pieces is the play and how we play. And that's going to be the key moving forward. Yeah. I'll tell you, it's fun. Look, it. We talked before the season. We're going to do this. It always comes down to what's going to happen, come April, right? Like it's almost like a horse race, right? Where you're just trying to get everybody in tow, kind of all ready for that big run, man. It's the key. Listen, we're all in this for the same reasons. I didn't come here, just to be a good team. You want to be the winner, and that's hard. It really is. But let's accept the challenge, and we'll see what happens. But I really like where we're trending. Yeah, man, I feel you. It's been fun, and you know what? It's good because it got people kind of woke up a little bit. Because it's weird with the way the schedule was starting this early, where in the teeth of everything else. And I think finally, Joe's been, when Joe comes back and that game, I got to ask you one more thing about that 59-point game. That was so Wilt-like, right? Like, I don't remember Wilt, right? But I can only imagine the pure dominance of that night. My God. That's such a rarity.
The most dominating game I've ever seen live.
Thank you.
Think about it. I've coached for 20 years, and I played in the Dominique Bird game.
Yeah.
Bird had 61, or Dominique, and I don't like talking about it because we didn't win the game.
Yeah.
But it was a hell of a game. And I thought Joel, because it wasn't just scoring, it was rebounding, it was block shots, he had assists. It was just a dominating game. His fingerprints were all over that game. You rarely see a guy that scores that many points and do that many other things. You don't see it. I think it was a historical game.
Yeah, not from a bit. Listen, I hear you. Like, I remember covering Jordan at the Garden, dropping 55 on a Saturday afternoon, and you go, oh, my God. But, like, the array, the difference, like you point out, of what Joe can do at that size, and just with the basketball, man. Sometimes I just go, I love watching him play. Like last night, just as a fan of the sport, to watch him is a treat. And I know you, this is your vocation. This is your life. So sometimes you appreciate it too.
He's coming into his own. Like he can just feel it. You can see it.
Mm-hmm.
He's learning to lead. He's learning to set examples. So, it's little things. You don't take quantum leaps sometimes, but you can see it coming. And I just love the future for him.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Doc, listen, thanks so much, brother. We really appreciate it as always, all right? And keep it going.
Thank you, man. Oh, we will.
All right, baby. See you later. Here he is, Doc Rivers, Sixers coach on the Comcast Business Hotline. And listen, 12-9 after the start, you know what? It feels good. When you're going to get Harden back, knowing that, and listen, Tyrese will be the last piece, like he said, but still, knowing that, you all of a sudden you start the new year, you're not buried.
Yeah, I mean, look, these wins are important. I mean, think about it. Even before Embiid comes back, it was important that they stole a couple of wins. That win against Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
That was a game that you said that they were going to win. I and many others did not think they were going to win that game, and they stole one without any of their big three, and they've stayed afloat even with all these injuries, which is great. You need to pile up wins. I would love to do anything to avoid that play-in tournament, which I still think is absolutely stupid. I know seedings don't matter, but I'd rather just be a 1 through 6 as opposed to a 7 through 10. So the wins matter. Now the big question is, what does it look like when Harden comes back? Because Embiid has really taken over since Harden's injury. Right? He's 30 points, 40 points, right. 59 points. He has taken over since Harden's gone down to injury. And I'm not going to say I'm concerned for when Harden comes back, but I just wonder what it's going to look like. I don't want anything taken away from what Embiid's done. I just want it to be married, the two of them. And it should work.
Well, what's interesting is the whole conversation of Joel as a closer.
Yeah.
Right? And how that's been his whole mission statement. His whole mission coming here was to try to make Joel a closer. Which, listen, he's got to be it, right? Like that's got to happen.
He's the best player on this team,
and that's been the crux of everyone's criticism. And I get it, I get it. But hopefully he did. He looked good down his stretch last night.
Yeah, I mean he's been huge for him, and the fact that he can go 11 of 12 or 10 of 11, whatever it was from the free throw line. I mean, look, they were running inbound plays to get the ball to the center.
I know, dude.
Like when do you see that? Inbound plays for the center in the closing seconds of a game so that he could get fouled and go to the line.
But you know what? It's funny. He's just been a lot cleaner with the basketball. I think that's the biggest thing with him and he's such a marvelous talent. He really is. It's just why, like, it make me sad. Like, I talk to guys all the time, and, guys I respect who know the game, inside and out, and they question Embiid. And I understand why they do that, but quite frankly, I just marvel at the guy. I want it so badly to work because I think he appreciates it here. He wants to be that guy. He's a tremendous talent. And I want it all to come together for him. I really do. I love the guy. I don't want to trade him. I don't want him to do. No, I don't mean it in the.
Right, I got you.
I don't want to flop another player, like another star. I want to see him do it here. I like him a ton, man. I really do, man. I know at times he can mope or whatever, but I think the guy's just a marvelous talent.
Yep.
And I think he loves it here.
He built the house in Margate.
Like there's
he wants to be here.
Like that means something to me. Like I know the big man doesn't get as much love as Tyrese or like the little guy would, right? That's always been the nature of it. But that dude, man, I love watching him play ball. I really do. All right, 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. It's Cuz Ready with the Shooters. We got one more segment, and then we got Team USA coming up top of the hour. I got a baseball thing I got to run by you, some rumors.
Okay.
And there was a huge signing by the Stros, dude. Are you kidding me?
That was ridiculous. Come on. Rich get richer.
Yeah, dude. And, of course, all your calls straight ahead. U.S. Pride. Where we at with some U.S. Pride? Now let's talk about the Bet Parks app because at 2 o'clock, you want to bet Team USA. You can do that. And, in fact, you got all kinds of bonuses. Like you get $25 a goal. You have some fun for every goal the U.S. scores. So there's a lot of things you can do with the Bet Parks app. It's so much fun. It's just great stuff. So check it out. The Bet Parks app, all your football, same game parlays. The props are a lot of fun, especially since, we love fantasy stuff. So, you can look at it like Jalen built a same game parlay with Jalen on the ground. There's a lot of fun stuff there. And, it's where you could bet a little bit of money and maybe you win something big. Who knows? Check it out, the Bet Parks app. In fact, go to betparks.com for all the details. Right now, you get up to $750 in sportsbook credit if your first bet's not a winner. When you use the code Fanatic, betparks.com's got the details. Check it out. Got to be in PA or New Jersey. Got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Good win for the Sixers. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by the Empire State Building. Find out why the reimagined Empire State Building Observatory was voted America's #1 attraction by travelers on TripAdvisor. Get your tickets at EmpireStateBuilding.com/radio. Open daily. Reservations required. Sixers beat the Hawks last night, improving their record to 12-9 on the season. They won both games of their back-to-back. You just heard from Doc Rivers on with the Cuz. You can hear that again on 97.5thefanatic.com, as well as Jeff McClain, who joined Anthony earlier today to talk about the 10-1 Eagles. Keep it locked here in the Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Anthony Gargano Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hi guys, it's Andrew. Are you struggling with ED? Did you know that a major medical breakthrough is now available and it isn't a pill? Today, Tuesday, November 29th, we're running a one-day special you won't want to miss out on. Oak Hills Medical Clinic uses the most powerful form of wave therapy. This is a technology clinically shown to repair blood vessels and improve blood flow. It's backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge. If you're ready to regain that spark in the bedroom, today is your day. Call us now and you'll qualify qualify for the assessment and ultrasound totally free. Also, you'll get a gift that can produce rapid results in the bedroom in minutes. You're going to love that, guys, trust me. And today only, we're offering 5 tune-up treatments to our patients free. This is unprecedented, worth hundreds of dollars, but call today and qualify free. 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your love life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic now to qualify. This offer ends today. 215-302-9999.
Helzberg Diamonds presents The Guy Who Did His Homework. When it came to Jill's engagement ring, Brady knew exactly what to get.
Okay, so I came up with a design and showed it to all of our friends.
She'll love it.
Then he went to Helzberg. Their incredible selection of high-quality, lab-grown, and natural diamonds made creating that special ring easy. Her reaction?
I love it. Can't wait to tell everybody.
Everybody might know about it.
Be like Brady. Create the ring of your dreams at a Helzberg near you or at Helzberg.com. Ask now about special financing offers.
Cleaning and repairing a building's wastewater pump system is a job, but someone has to do it, and in Philadelphia, that someone is Pumpman Philly. In fact, Pumpman Philly is #1 in everything related to your building's wastewater system, including #2s, troubleshooting, emergency repairs, maintenance, and system replacement. Trust Pumpman Philly to keep the go in your building's flow. 24/7, 365. Call 833-559-PUMP. That's 833-559-PUMP. PumpmanPhilly.com.
Every driver needs a car, and this is the month to get yours. Gateway Kia connects you with the hottest new Kia models. The best selection, all ready for immediate delivery. Gateway Kia has new Kia Souls below MSRP. Or choose a Telluride, Sorento, or Forte. And find the best price on a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. At Gateway Kia in Warrington, Quakertown, or online at shopgatewaykia.com. Hope to see you at Gateway Kia.
Hi, I'm Adam Flager. At Flager & Associates, we've specialized in personal injury cases for more than 30 years. When you're injured, you don't need just any attorney. You need a dedicated personal injury firm. You need to concentrate on getting well again. We handle everything else. We won't rest until we get top dollar for your case, and we treat you like part of our family. Not sure if you have a case? Call for a free case evaluation. 215-953-5200 or visit flagerlaw.com. That's FLAGERLAW.com.
97.5 The Fanatic is on a Philadelphia Flyers ticket tour presented by Coors Light. Win Flyers swag and tickets every 20 minutes, including premium seats in the Coors Light Flyers Chill Zone. Join the Fanatic at the Perky Cafe this Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m., 400 Brower Avenue in Phoenixville. Stay to watch the Flyers take on the New Jersey Devils. Enjoy great food and cold Coors Light. You must be 21 to win. For details, visit the events page on 975thefanatic.com. Coors Light, fueled by Philadelphia.
Now on Fox.
Wow! Oh, my goodness!
The Stars and Stripes must come out strong in a huge World Cup group stage clash.
And he just rifles his home.
Christian Pulisic once again leads the U.S. Young Guns.
And that is magnificent!
As they take the field for a crucial showdown against Iran.
A moment of magic!
USA, Iran. Watch now on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network and the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo. Start NFL Week 13 off with a no-sweat same-game parlay from FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge. Whether you're new to FanDuel or not, get free bets back if your Thursday night same-game parlay doesn't hit. Same-game parlays, of course, combine bets for a chance at a bigger payday. Thursday night football has the Bills at New England. Buffalo not having their best season, but they're still a strong team. And they got Josh Allen. He's good for an anytime touchdown, and I kind of like the Bills to win that one. Build your own same-game parlay or or choose from one of the popular pre-built same-game parlays for you in FanDuel's top-rated sportsbook app. However you want to play, bet the NFL on Thursday night with a no-sweat same-game parlay. Just sign up with my promo code SCORDO if you don't already have an account. That's promo code SCORDO. If you already have an account, you're all set. Just sign in to see what you've got and make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in PA. 3+ legs. Minimum $1 bet required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max free bet $5. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now. More of the Anthony Gargano Show now.
On 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right. 1:30 across the Delaware Valley.
Hi.
Hi, Tunis. Dude, the Fanatic Holiday Wheel is back.
Yes. Which is very exciting. Which is why I got to play this one more time.
Yes, the Fanatic Holiday Wheel is back. I love it. I was hoping it would be back. I don't know why. I just love hearing this, and it feels like Christmas.
Well, and you're Santa cuz. You love giving out
I do
gifts,
enjoy that, I have to admit.
Which is
like
why
that.
you love, May through whenever FanFest is. Because you give out, your quest to 1 billion FanFest tickets.
Right.
And then, of course, you love the Holiday Wheel.
Yeah, I love the Holiday Wheel. And it is back this year. We spin it 3 times a day. Johnny DeKay and the boys at 8 a.m. with me and Tunis at noon. Best show ever for your chance to win some amazing prizes. So do yourself a favor. Register now at 97.5thefanatic.com. Starting Monday, December the 12th, we'll start calling out names. The Fanatic Holiday Wheel presented by Rally House. Every wheel spinner will automatically receive a $50 Rally House gift card.
Rally House.
That's right. Your city, your
house.
That's right. Rally House. Register for the Holiday Wheel right now. That's pretty cool. Speaking of Johnny DeKay, the Johnny and Bob and Pat and the boys, they were in Connor in the new the Beasley. What would you call that room?
I think it's a performance studio.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the music stations will have live performances there.
It's really cool.
All my XTU people obviously have shows there. The double first names, as you call them. Our friends at MMR, they have some live acts, local acts that are there every once in a while. So yeah, it's like a little performance studio. But it was cool that they were there.
I got to tell you, I loved it. It was great, and it was that studio was awesome.
And a great cause, the Day of Giving.
Yeah, today is the Day of Giving, and John, of course, does such a great job with the AACR and making sure that we donate in the fight against cancer. And it is the Day of Giving. It's a beautiful thing. The breakfast this morning, I saw it was fantastic. Supplied by our good friends at Pagano's.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Now, I know you are a regular at Pagano's.
Yeah, I was there yesterday. I had the eggs and the breakfast sausage.
They have great food. Great food. Incredible stuff. And I love the coffee in the morning. Yeah. Great coffee. And Matt Pagano, we love him. He's in the building here. And, of course, he's in Center City. And he does something that is a great gift. This is really cool. And I talk about small businesses all the time.
Yeah.
We always give out yos. Mm-hmm. So Maddie's doing something really cool. He's doing a box focusing on small businesses all over the world. In fact, he's got this box. It's beautiful. Well, he's got one for me, which I love.
Nice big box.
The Italian one.
Cool.
Right? All the focus of Italy. And I love that. And in fact, he's got pasta from his grandparents' hometown of Lecce.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is in Puglia, which is an incredible place. It's got all kinds of cool stuff. I mean, you'll love it. And it all supports family-owned business. Locally, they have local made-in-USA boxes, but also all over the world, from New Jersey to Belgium and, of course, Italy.
That's awesome.
This is really cool. And, in fact, with every gift box that Matt sells this holiday season, Pagano's will donate a family-sized Italian meal to food-insecure families throughout Philadelphia. which is really, really cool. This is such a great thing. You can order a box and check them out at paganosmarketandbar.com. That's paganosmarketandbar.com. Again, the Made in America gift box is also everything was personally selected by Matt from family-owned businesses across the world.
And he's got good taste.
He does.
So,
Tremendous.
So that's cool. That's really
tremendous taste. Really tremendous.
By the way, speaking of the morning, I had a quick story that I forgot to tell you this morning.
What's that, buddy?
So I was stuck in monster traffic, which was just awful. Thoughts and prayers. So there was like a 3-car pileup toward the Ben Franklin Bridge. So hopefully everybody's okay. There's an ambulance on scene and whatnot. But the ambulance that was driving to the crash, there was a dude tailgating the ambulance to avoid the traffic. That's got to be instant bad karma, right?
Oh, my God. That's ew.
Instant bad
That is a
karma.
double ew.
And look, everybody's trying to get to work, right? Like, I didn't get here till 9:45, right? I'm usually here right around 9 o'clock. I didn't get here till 9:45 because of the traffic. It took me over an hour and 15 minutes to get to work.
How could you do that?
But there
That's
was a
terrible.
dude tailgating the ambulance to get through the traffic. And I was
That
like, dude,
is
that is an
awful.
ultimate bad karma JO move. You can't be
Yeah, that's
doing
terrible.
that.
That's terrible. That's awful. Hey, a couple things. One, we got a couple things on baseball. I want to throw you a hot stove real quick.
All right.
So the Astros, they freaking got Jose Abreu.
Yeah, it's
Are you kidding me?
It's ridiculous. The rich get richer.
It's unbelievable. They're going to get Jose Abreu.
Yeah. And, Gurriel was their first baseman. He's okay.
No.
You go from,
know.
it's not even a question. You go from Gurriel to Jose Abreu, Trey
know.
Mancini to Jose Abreu.
So Joel Sherman says that things are looking good between Trey Turner and the Phillies.
Okay.
So this is something we've been talking about since last year.
Yeah, it's almost like he's already a Philly.
I got to believe it happens. Like, put it this way. I will be crushed if Trey Turner's not playing shortstop for the Phillies, or maybe second, starts playing short, or however how you want to work it, that Trey Turner has to be a Philly next year. Other notable moves. Padres in on Bogarts.
So what does that mean about Fernando?
I mean, how could that be?
Unless they're tired of him. Motorcycle accident, then the PEDs. They might just be. Look, the players were angry about him, man.
Yeah.
And if you're a team, you're going to take him. Like, he's a stud. He's a very good baseball player.
Yeah.
He may have hurt himself in San Diego, but any team would still value Fernando Tatis Jr. Yeah, the contract's ridiculous, but if you can get him on your team, hey, these baseball teams print money at this point.
That's pretty wild. Dodgers the favorite for Verlander.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. It's just ridiculous.
Cubs looks like the favorite for Correa.
Okay.
Now they wonder, can the Giants, apparently, the Giants are all about Aaron Judge.
Yes, they are.
And they're
hometown.
Right. And they want to go, because they're going to lose Rodon, and to entice Judge, they're going to sign the Japanese wonderkin Kodai Senga.
Okay.
So they're going to be a big player in the Senga sweepstakes, because they think that's going to help them get Judge.
All right. Gable bat him 6th and 7th.
Can you imagine? Yeah, my God. That's unbelievable. And then the only one I saw was Texas. Looks like Rondon that goes to Texas.
Yep.
And your boy, the Gibby, looks like he's going to go to the Pirates.
Good for him.
Your boy Gibby.
Good for Gibby. He'll be in the league for another 5 years.
You love some Gibby.
Yeah, I love some slop.
Yeah.
Give me all the slop pitchers.
Yeah. You love the slop. Goes back. It's so funny that you were a Jamie Moore guy.
I love Jamie Moore. By the way, I got the alert. I have one of those, the doorbells, the Ring doorbells, where you can see when somebody drops off a package.
Yeah, I get it. We have the Ring, too.
There was a package delivered.
Oh, yes.
I don't know what it is.
The chips.
I hope it's the chips.
The chips.
I told you it's either today or tomorrow.
The chips are coming.
So tomorrow could be a big day, because tomorrow could be chip day. Also, if you turn around, you see some of our engineers are behind you.
Oh, yeah?
We have the new system coming in tomorrow.
Really?
So I apologize in advance because, we have to train for these things, but they decide to schedule training like 2 months ago. And so there's no refresher course. So just a heads up for tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
So it could be a real S show tomorrow.
All right. Not
but we'll
bad.
have some fun with the chips if they're here.
Okay. I like it. All right, let's get to the phones. Black Gritty BG, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. BG.
I always love how people up in the upper echelons of corporations just throw things and change around Christmas time. Like the most wonderful time of the year, they throw in a monkey wrench in you. So hopefully you get your bearings tomorrow there, young Thundercat. Guys, we're 10-1.
Yes.
We're 10-1. And I just can't wait until my front-running MVP, second MVP, whatever you want to call it, quarterback gets that coded conversation. When Josh Allen has a messed up arm, he threw an interception because his arm was messed up. Then he throws the laser. Look at the strength of the arm. And he goes and he runs, and they're like, the weapon. He's just a weapon. When our guy runs, it's like, well, they don't trust him to throw the ball. They just don't trust him. He keeps running like this, he's going to get hurt. Like, my dude is Michael Jackson moonwalking past guys. Josh Allen is 6'9" and thinks he's a linebacker and running into contact. Like, you can get hurt standing back there. Aaron Rodgers broke ribs and a thumb, and he can't go 2 feet. So right now, I just want to get that coded conversation from my guy when he becomes established and being a front runner MVP or second runner up MVP, because the guy is playing lights out. When we're throwing the ball for 300 yards and A.J. Brown's catching all touchdowns, why didn't we run the ball? When we're running the ball, it's like, why didn't we throw the ball? This team is doing what it needs to do to win games. And I love that we're under the radar nationally. And the whole conversation this week, Aaron Rodgers. Dude, they lost, but I get it. You want to talk about Aaron Rodgers? Cool. The 49ers and the resurgence, okay, cool. Keep talking about all these other teams. Let us go and do our job. Fly under the radar, get these Georgia.
You know what's going to be interesting, too, is that this offense is going to be really tough in January. I mean, when you got to come here in January cold and you got to face them running the ball like that, that's just going to take the heart out of some teams, man. They're going to be a handful. That's why this offense with that line and the way Jalen's running the football. And then the minute you try to sell it against the run, he goes A.J. Brown and Devontae on you.
And that's the bigger thing, right? Because right now we're fighting through our injuries. You never want injuries, but thank goodness they happen a little bit early on us where guys are going to be coming back late when we need them. So the offense is going to look different, but we're adaptive. So you want to take away the run? Cool, I'll air it out. You want to take away the pass? Cool, I'll run it. You want to take away the number one receiver? I got a good backup receiver. I got a great tight end. Like, there's just options, and I love the fact that the team is adapting. And sometimes the wins aren't pretty. It's the NFL, bro. Get these George W's. Do what you need to do, and it is what it is. Just real quick on the Sixers, I was at the game last night, and, it's when you're up in the sky and you're looking down, it is nice to see Joel close out games, but at the same time, when I watch him not play and I see other guys with that confidence to take these shots, it kills me a little bit sometimes when it's just like, give it to Joel and stand there in the corners and look and see what's going on. Like, I would just want a little bit more movement. We won the game. They battled back and forth. So, I want the confidence to stay with the guys that are getting these reps when the other guys are out. Because, again, you need the bench. It shortens up, but you need those guys to have that confidence.
I hear you. Like, I have to be honest. Like, there's certain guys, I know everybody's in love with Shake, and God bless, but there's certain guys, Korkmaz, like, listen, I need to shorten my rotation. Even Trez, like, I know people love Trez. Like, come playoff time, I mean, I'm playing 7-8 guys, max.
You are, but like I said, right now I'm talking about the regular season.
No, you're right. You're right, BG.
And I just, when I'm watching the stadium was half filled last night. Last night there was like a 9-year-old kid in a dance battle against a 23-year-old. The announcer forgot to go back to the game. The battle was so great. What is going on, bro? We got a game to play.
I like it. BG, good stuff, baby.
Talk to you, brother.
See you, brother. Take it easy. Keith, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Yo, Keith.
Hey, hello from the Midwest. How you guys doing?
We doing, buddy?
Good, good. Hey, you were talking like national, like U.S.
Yes, U.S. pride. USA, USA.
Yes, 96 World Cup of Hockey.
Yes, that came up earlier.
Oh, we did, darn it.
No, that's all right, because you know what? It was incredible. We went through the roster. I mean, that 96 team was unbelievable. But all the rosters, you know what? It's funny that you mentioned this because a caller did earlier. But, man, I miss that. I miss that hockey, to be honest with you.
Yeah. There was a good documentary. If you saw, NHL Network has something on about it. And it's one of those things where that, just for U.S. hockey alone, really got, I guess you could, like the U.S. national team, like the development team, were all like Patrick Kane and, you know, all the U.S. guys that are playing today, you know, or even before, like Parisi and things like that.
Yeah, no, dude.
That really got them going. Yeah, it's you know, I remember, you know, Philly hosted Game 1, and then they go to Montreal.
Yeah, we had it here. Yeah.
Yeah, Mikey Richter. So.
Yeah, Richter.
Yeah.
Hey, now we were talking about it. I mean, it was amazing. Brett Hull, you know, it was
Joe
pretty.
Otto. Don't forget Joe Otto was on that team too.
I know, it's amazing, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now again. It's pretty wild, man. It was really good. Really good team.
Yeah.
Anyway, good stuff, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it, Keith. Enjoy the game.
Yep.
All right, buddy.
You will.
Let's go to where we at. Nikki, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Nikki.
And Tunis, what's up, fellas?
What's going on there, Nikki?
Yo, BG is so spot on, man. He's talking points. He should have like a political talk show. He's so spot on because you know that's going to happen. That you know that they're going to, that if he doesn't win it, they're going to be, and it's going to either Allen or Kansas City lover. I mean, that kid is unbelievable. I watched him. Patty Mahomes this weekend. He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes they just don't want to acknowledge, like, he's a smart quarterback. I mean, he's just a smart quarterback. Anyway, so, Tunis, you're right. It's in a lot of states, it is a state motor trafficking violation to NASCAR draft any emergency vehicle with its lights and sirens on.
Yeah, and forget laws. Karma train, man.
Dude, the karma train, man. Like, you know, they had, you know, the ambulance chasers were lawyers, but now you got the, you know, just the mother, father, J.O., who just wants to, everybody 20 minutes late already and miserable.
I know.
Yeah, like you can't, and it was a bad accident, man. I mean, the cars looked pretty messed up, and this guy, like, come on, dude, you can't do that.
It's this world, man. This world. Half of this world just doesn't have any empathy for the fellow human beings. Anyway, so, Ant, special teams, like you said, and San Fran, it's like that. I'm just picturing, for some reason, the San Fran Green Bay game at Lambeau Field last year it's just crystallized in my head. I don't know if maybe it was an 8:00 game or something, and that's why I remember it so clearly.
Yeah, it was Saturday night. It was a Saturday night playoff game, yeah.
I was looking forward to it because two great teams.
And it was snow. It was like snow squalls, yeah.
And Green Bay was winning the whole game, and it was 10-3 late in the fourth. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think it was like a block punt or something.
Yeah.
It was a special teams play.
Special teams, yeah.
Yeah, it allowed them to tie it up, and then with the clock running out, they kicked the winning field goal. So
yeah.
I would, and I know people are like, oh, who's San Fran? Look at the record. That means absolutely nothing. When it comes to January, and yeah, hopefully we get the bye because I think Jalen's going to need it because Jalen took a smash. I don't remember, like, his first run when it was a 7-point game when we drove down the field to kick a field goal. He was running towards the sideline. It was a 6 or 7 yard gain. He was coming up against the sideline. He didn't want to go out, so he kind of like fell on his butt. And the safety wasn't expecting that. He basically plowed him and bent him over. And if you look at that replay, I looked at it again last night because I remember that play.
Yeah.
He laid down first of all, flat on his back, took a breath or two, and then stood up and gingerly went back to the sideline. So we need the bye because hopefully he can get 2 weeks off the week before, and we can start the stash, and he can get 2 weeks off and be 100% healthy because, the team's getting a little banged up, a little nicked up, man.
You play 17 games. It's going to happen.
Sure, yeah. So, all right, guys, great show.
What about your U.S. pride, man? Your World Cup.
Look, America's Cup. That's why I called it. America's Cup. The sailboat racing. Dude, when the America's Cup comes on, and I don't know why. I know why it's called the America's Cup, but it's originally the British Cup. Yes, it was called. It was actually a cup.
I'm shocked. Like you guys,
sounds like the bougie cup.
I'm shocked.
Dude, it is a bougie cup because initially it was all millionaires who had yachts, and now it became like Oracle and Team Oracle, Team Prada, like all these national teams have monster sponsors, and it's like it's more expensive than Formula One, which is probably the most expensive sport.
Well, I did not think we get America's Cup. That's wild.
I love it, man. It's sitting there
nuts.
watching these sailboats.
All right.
And I've never been on one in my life.
I love it.
11 minutes and counting, fellas.
You got it, buddy. Look, you can't wait.
On the honeymoon at the Sandals, they had mini catamarans, the mini sailboats for two. I almost decapitated both Christy and I because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Yeah. And then the winds changed. And all of a sudden, the sail went from one side to the other and almost took us both out.
Wow.
That would have sucked. By the way, Bradley with a great answer for the American Pride. Did Kerry Strug, when she did the vault on the one leg?
Yes.
That's a great answer.
That's actually it is a great answer. You're right on. That's a great answer. I get my man, Tasty Cake Dom. Tasty Cake!
Hey, Andrew.
What's up, Tasty Cake? What you feeling, man? You feeling pride or what?
I'm feeling pride. I really wanted to quickly say that was a great interview first of all, what the Sixers have been doing, Ann, is impressive.
Yeah.
It's impressive. And secondly,
I'm glad now you got a better attitude.
For me, as an old fossil, that was an old fossil game last night where the last couple of possessions, they clear out for Joel. He backs down Capella. I thought he was going to get fouled, too, but he converts. Like, the shot selection, I loved everything they did last night, Ant.
I did, too. I thought they played terrific. I thought I love watching him beat, man. I just do. I do. I love watching him play ball, man.
He's awesome. So for my America's Pride, Ant, this is not a game. But just because I love him so much, when that little girl got nervous and Mo Cheeks helped her sing the national anthem.
That's beautiful. Dom, you know why? That's why you got a great heart, dude. I love it. I love ending on that. So go USA, USA, USA. Best show ever. We'll be all USA'd up. So thanks, guys. We love you. We'll see you in the morning.
Fanatic Sports Update.
3 straight for the Sixers. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by PhillyGoat.com. Don't settle for the same old merch that everybody else has. Wear your Philly pride on your sleeve at PhillyGoat.com. The Sixers won their 3rd straight game last night, taking care of business against the Hawks. 2 wins in their back-to-back. The Sixers now 12-9 on the season. Doc Rivers joined the Cubs earlier today. You can hear that again on 97.5thefanatic.com. You can also hear Jeff McClain, who joined the Cubs, to talk about the 10-1 Eagles. They get set now for their Week 13 matchup with the Tennessee Titans. The Eagles will be without Chauncey Gardner-Johnson for some time now. He unfortunately suffered a lacerated kidney during their Sunday night win over the Packers. This update is also brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and get you back on the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Keep it locked in the Fanatic for all latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Anthony Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on